Happy Saturday. I literally look crazy. It's fine. I need to figure out what I'm doing with my hair. I haven't gotten it cut in a really long time, clearly. And I feel like, I don't know, even when I put it up in a bun, it just doesn't look good now. So that's fine. Instead of going live, I should be editing my video. But I'd rather go live while I cook dinner instead. And I do have another vlog coming up in the next couple days. So we'll just do both. That's fine. I know I literally look crazy right now. It's okay. But yeah, like I said, I'd rather just go live right now. And then I have, oh, hi, J-Rod. How are you? Hi, Danny. Yeah, I would rather go live. So I do have another vlog coming. I'm editing it. I just can't decide which one I want to post first. I have one vlog that's like our, hello, how are you? From Austin. I've always wanted to visit Austin. It looks super cool. I have one video that's like a vlog of our return from DR to the States, and it's like our COVID test and just like the protocol at the airport and what they check and what they don't check. My succulent's dying. So I might do that one, but then I also have a bunch of like driving tour videos of just like a tour of Santiago and a tour of Jarabacoa and just, you know, the ones that, I don't know, maybe you do know, maybe you don't, but the ones I've done that are just like kind of driving around and you can like see the cities and get a feel for the area. Those I like personally because I'm so visual, like I've said, so I think that they're kind of beneficial to like see, oh, okay, what does the city look like? I can picture it, but it's better. Hello, things from the Bahamas. Oh my gosh, I wish. I think I've been to the Bahamas once. Like, I think I've been there on a cruise, so that doesn't really count because you stop for like a couple hours. So yeah, I think I'll put a vlog of our trip home and then a couple driving tours up. And then I have more vlogs that I need to post from Punta Cana, from the resort. That would be fun because it's like a resort tour. We stayed at Grand Palladium in English. And Jarabacoa, yeah. That one's fun. Chris is going live too, so he's like, you copied me. He's streaming FIFA. He wants to be me. It's fine. But yeah, I do have a driving tour in Jarabacoa too, which is fun.
You copied me?
I'm not copying you. I told you I was going live. I'm about to cook. Next trip to DR. We are, apparently, you want to come talk? Wait, are you done? Huh? Chris thinks that we're going to DR in December. And I was like, babe, it's November. So if we're going to DR, we should probably buy tickets. He wanted to go like the 26th of December and then just stay till like January 2nd or something, which is like a super short trip. And the tickets are very expensive. They're like $700 each right now. And Mateo will be 1 in 3 weeks, which is crazy. But the way there, he was so good. He slept like the whole time on both flights and stuff. But now that he's bigger and he's so active, I cannot even tell you guys, like, he never sits still. I feel like we would need to buy him his own ticket. So that's really expensive. ¿Qué tú haces?
No.
So I don't know. I don't know if I want to buy like 3 tickets, $700 each. I wish that they would just give the kids a seat for free. I know that's not how it works, but yeah, this lighting's awful. Sorry about that. Let's see. Don't really think that's gonna help, but I still need to figure out this like setup of this room because our living room's not that big and it's attached. It's like a kitchen living room in one. And right now I have his play like yard thing behind the couch and it's just, it makes the room so small. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like maybe we'll go in December. I like to plan ahead. I like to know what I'm doing. I don't like to like, even though I like to pretend I'm spontaneous, I'm not that spontaneous. So I would like to know like when we're going. But he says December, so let's see. I don't know why tickets, well, I guess tickets are so expensive because it's holidays. But I had seen some really good deals for like $200, $250 a ticket, but I didn't really look into them too much. I just got like email alerts, and I'm pretty sure those tickets are like Spirit or multiple layovers, or like the flights that are like 24 hours because you have so many layovers and stuff. And I would be down to do that if it were just Chris and I, but with the baby, like, I feel like it just makes it so much more complicated. When what? For the flights? I'm thinking about going into December. That's when Chris wants to go. From the US. He has like, I don't actually know how much vacation time he has left. He does have some days left. So we could go, but then they don't like roll over to January. So if we're gonna go, we should go. If you are watching this, make sure you give a thumbs up on the video, because that always helps. I don't know why that always helps, but YouTube likes like any interaction and any engagement at all. So shameless plug. Oh my gosh, guys, I went live on TikTok last night because my clients, part of my job is like, I work remotely, but I do social media management, project marketing, content creation, just like a bunch of random things depending on the client. And let me make sure my brightness is, no, that might help. There we go. One of my clients, she gets so nervous to like go live on anything, and we're like, you need to, like, it will be really good, and especially on TikTok and stuff. So I had to go live on TikTok on my own account. If you guys want to follow it, I don't even know what it is. Mills Beato. I post like different stuff there. I don't even know what I do there. It's like pointless. But I went live on mine last night to like get acclimated and familiarize myself with TikTok's live, and it's terrifying. Like, I don't want to do it again because I guess the good part is like they have like filters and stuff. Oh, can I get brighter? Not really. But something you can do on, these are terrible. Something you can do on TikTok that you can't do on YouTube is like people can ask to join your live, and I did not want anyone to join my live because I feel like there's a lot of teenagers there and a lot of random guys that just scroll and like request to go live with everyone. And then I don't know what they do when you go live with them, but I feel like I would get bullied severely because people are mean. So I would rather not do that. I think I can. No one's done a super chat yet. I was looking at the options here. There's not as many options. Hello, how are you? So yeah, we'll see if we end up buying our tickets. It would be fun if we did. I do look like a teenager. I do, honestly. But like, I don't know. On my TikTok, I post more stuff about like being a mom rather than like DR stuff, and lifestyle. I don't know, like dumb trends. It's, I don't know. It's not serious or anything like that. But I am not a teenager. I'm very much not a teenager. So I feel like, and I've never written mean comments to someone. Like, I've never done that. And I know most of you have never probably done that. Hi, Carla. He finally went to sleep. It took a while. He'll probably be up in a moment. I've just never been like a normal person. I've never been the type to like leave mean comments on people's videos that I know or don't know. That to me is like crazy. But I feel like I get mean comments here sometimes, to be expected. But TikTok, like, I feel like since you can find lives easier, like it's just people scrolling, and I've gotten, like, I have 10,000 subs here and like 3,000 on TikTok, and I had like the same amount of viewers over there, because you're scrolling on your For You page and just lives pop up. I feel like people just say like the meanest things for no reason. Like, I would never do that, but some teenagers do. Some old people do. I don't know. But I do know that I think that I look younger than I am. I don't know, but I don't think that helps me. They'll probably just be like, you're fat. Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, basically, I was saying last night, I would rather go on YouTube live than TikTok, even if it's not as like good, whatever. I don't know what that means, but I like talking to you guys better because I actually know like people on here. on TikTok, I don't know anyone. So if you haven't liked the video yet, if you can give it a thumbs up, that would be great. If you don't want to watch, just put me on mute. Put your phone down. Play it anyway. TikTok is so tacky. I only go on there to see. So early last year, I don't even know when I got TikTok, but at some point within this past year. And at first, my friends would only send me TikToks and I watched that one and I would be like, okay, I don't get it, whatever. But then I don't know why I downloaded the app, because I'm like addicted to it now, for real. No idea why. Like, I do like that. I guess like YouTube, it does like your For You page, the algorithm does like show you things that you're interested in. So mine's like a lot of mom stuff or baby things or travel, whatever. So my For You page isn't all like the thirst traps or like those teen influencer TikTokers or dances and stuff. It's not really like that, but yeah, I agree with you. Like, it can be extremely cringy and just the comment sections can be like the nicest things ever, where everyone's like, you're beautiful, go you, you're great. Or the meanest things ever, where I'm like, these people are, I would never be able to do it. Like, I'm so glad I'm not a teenager and like that has a TikTok and I'm posting videos seriously and then someone like cries. Someone cries, I cry. I don't know why I don't consider YouTube social media. I don't do any, yeah, I don't know. I don't really consider it social media in the same sense either. I feel like, yes, random people find my videos, especially videos that get more views. Random people find them, and I'll get like people that don't like know my story or my situation or what I put out there, at least, you know, whatever, will say mean things all the time. But yeah, especially if it's like a video that gets more views. But I just feel like it's different. TikTok is just like anyone and everyone are seeing your videos. I don't know. Anyway, they have a 3-minute option on TikTok, but I don't think that they really like recommend people to use it. Like, I don't think viewers like to see 3-minute videos because TikTok's all about like short form content, short attention spans, 1 minute. Like, a lot of people, if they put on a 3-minute video, no one will watch the whole thing. That's the con though of YouTube, is like longer form content is harder to get people to watch now because of all like the increase in short form stuff like TikTok. It's a 1 minute. That's why YouTube is competing with them and Instagram and has YouTube Shorts now, which is a 1 minute thing. But it's like, what am I gonna put on in a minute? I've done shorts before and I could definitely do more, like a short 1 minute vlog, like a sneak peek of a longer video. But it just like requires a lot of editing and stuff. So I don't know. I wish I was better at editing. Yeah, definitely short attention spans, which I'm guilty of too. Like, you know, it's hard to watch a full video and like, you have to be really interesting to sit and like watch someone, which I'm not saying I'm interesting. That's the problem. Like, some people can make 3-minute videos. People watch the entire thing every time, but I don't know. I don't like YouTube Shorts because you can't rewind. Yeah, that too. I mean, I guess if they're only a minute, that's kind of okay, but I don't really watch shorts myself, but I do know that YouTube's like really heavily pushing them, so I should probably do more, yeah, like sneak peeks or, I don't know, tips or tricks or something, but I throw up a short every now and then, but I don't know. It's, you never know. Like, you never know what video's gonna do well. You never know what video's not gonna do well. It's like, I can't read the algorithm. I can only do like what I have. So I'm excited to put the vlogs that I do have, like the COVID test in DR, which was awful. Let me just tell you, I'm still not over it. It hurt so bad. The airport vlog and driving tour vlogs. And I have a couple other vlogs of new restaurants in Santiago / like cafes and cute little places. They have this really good bakery now. I did a video there because I want you guys to go if you're in Santiago. They had amazing cookies and like croissants and stuff. So I'll put that one up too. I never know what order to put things in, but I guess it doesn't really matter. So that's coming. That is coming. Yeah, I'm gonna finish cooking, but don't worry, I'm not going yet. So how is everyone else? Who else is going to DR soon? Oh, I was just gonna ask who's in DR. I'm jealous. Harbaco's gorgeous. You guys know I love it, but there's also, okay, there's 16 people on. I only have 7 likes, so give me a thumbs up. One of my friends is in, like, basically Casa de Campo, and, like, what is it? Altos de Chabón? Is that what it's called? Like, right near Casa de Campo, and, like, over on the East Coast, and it's just gorgeous. I'm seeing her pictures, and it looks amazing. My other friend's in, I think she's in Cabarete, I believe. Hi, Cami. You did? Well, I hope you like it. I always get nervous when someone's like, I'm going here because I saw it in your video, or like because you recommended it. I'm like, no pressure. If you hate it, you can't blame me. I'm sorry. But it's, I mean, everyone has their likes and dislikes. Like, I know people who don't like barbacoa. I know people who love barbacoa. I personally love it. Living there was a little bit tough, like day in, day out, because there's no, like, why was the first thing bowling alley? Like, I go bowling all the time. There's no, like, big mall or, like, big supermarket, but it has all the essentials. I'm going to Dominican Republic soon. My husband's here. Oh, my gosh. Good luck. You'll be great. Don't even worry. I did, so I totally get it. But you'll be great. That's exciting. Congratulations. I didn't like Santiago. I love Puerto Plata. See, that's interesting. I went to Puerto Plata a couple times. I'm not, like, super familiar with the, like, inner city of Puerto Plata, but I liked it. I don't like the beach as much. Hello, Kayla. I'm pretty good. I'm exhausted, honestly, but when am I not? So I'm pretty good. How are you? I just figured I would go live because I did the other night, but it was really short, so I think Saturday nights more people are around, so here I am. But no, I am good. Just severely sleep deprived. But yeah, the beach in Puerto Plata I do not like as much. My favorite beach, Cami, reading my mind, is probably Las Galeras. I say that wrong. I say it weird. I don't know how to say it in English. Like, I guess Galeras in English. But it is near, kind of near, my gosh, Samana, like north east. I really like that beach. It's super chill. There was like a little private beach. I have a video of like a villa we went to a long time ago, and that's my favorite beach. It was gorgeous, so peaceful. We went to Playa Fronton, which is off Las Galeras. That was gorgeous. I loved that. I love Cabarete. I love like just the vibe, but the beach is not like amazing, I guess. You know, it's a nice beach. I love watching the kites. Sosua, I think the beach is prettier, like Playa Alicia. I like that beach a lot. The water is like bluer. I like, is it Playa Rincon? Yeah, I like that one too. Playa Bonita, near Las Terrenas. Playa Grande, is that in Rio San Juan? But it's hard to choose my favorite beach. Any beach that's like not crowded, I love. I'll go. Who is that? Yeah, those beaches I love. I don't love when it's like super, super crowded. So I went to Isla, oh my gosh, what's it called? Isla, where, oh my gosh, I don't think it was Isla Cattle, no, oh my gosh, what is it called? Where you can like scuba dive and you go on the boats. You go on the boats to like a little tiny little island, and we snorkeled there, which was amazing. I loved it. I had so much fun. And you go like speed racing on the boat before. Isla, someone help me. Oh no, what happened? It is hard to dislike TR. Someone pulled a gun. Where did that happen, Cami? Oh my gosh, I'm extremely sorry. That's really scary. Ah! We're fine. Where did that happen in Santiago? Like, what part of Santiago were you in? That's terrifying. I'm so glad that you're okay. Ow. Bro. Why is this like so aggressively splattering? Sorry. That is awful. It was near the airport on the day you left. Wow. That was 2 weeks ago. Hi, Michael. How are you? Was it, who was with you, if you don't mind me asking? Was it just you? And then, like, I do know that there's, like, some scams sometimes where someone will try to stop you and be like, your car's messed up, or, like, they'll throw something at, like, they'll come behind you and, like, throw something up under your car, so it, like, makes a sound, and you're like, oh, shoot, what is that? And you stop, and then when you're stopped, they come up and, like, try to rob you or something. Or maybe they, like, pretend there's, like, a roadblock, something, and they, like, whatever to get your kids. Oh, my gosh. That's terrifying. I wonder, like, was it during the night? Was it during the day? Sorry, you don't have to answer. I feel like that really is traumatizing. Thank God that you're okay. Oh, it was road rage. Wow. That's really interesting. That is really interesting. Well, I'm so glad you're okay. That's scary. I have not really had any instances of road rage in DR because I, like, don't engage. Chris's dad gets, like, super road rage. Dang, that's really scary. And I feel like a lot of people don't have guns there, so, like, when you do see one, you're, like, even more, like, scared. I kind of think. I don't know. That's really scary. Well, I'm so glad you're okay. Nothing like that has ever happened to me, thank God, but I definitely am not, like, naive to the fact that that happens, so I always, like, you know, try to give as many tips as I can to people, but at the end of the day, it's like, you can't control what will happen to you, which is really scary. I already watered that. It's like, nice, good. So, thank God you're okay. It was probably really hard to leave after that, too. That's why I was so shocked, because I didn't think guns were prevalent there. They're really not. Like, some people do have guns there, but it's not like here. Like, it's hard to, like, get a gun there. It's not as easy as it is here. It was weird for me at first, though, like, when I first went on trips there when I was in high school, seeing, like, security guards with shotguns, because we don't see that in the States, but we see that there. So at first I was like, oh, this is, like, scary, but they never use them. Half the time they're not even loaded. So there's, like, you see those guns more, but you don't see people, like, average people that have guns. So that is really scary. That has happened to, like, a number of Chris's friends where they're driving in Santiago and, like, someone stops them and they, like, have a gun or usually a knife, but when Chris went to the hospital one night and I was there and this guy ran in and he got shot. I was like, where am I? Like, I literally was like, am I in the States? Because he was driving his moto. I think it was road rage. I forget what happened exactly, but someone, like, came up behind him and shot him in the back. He was walking. He ran in, but I saw his back was, like, bleeding. I don't know. Road rage in any country, in any place scares me, especially even here in Arizona. I'm like, I'm not going to engage. Like, if there's, luckily it hasn't happened to me like that. I get flipped off a lot, which is, like, rude, but okay. But I wouldn't, like, get in a fight with someone because here I feel like everyone has a gun. So, and people are crazy. So I'm like, you were right. You were right. Go for it. But there, that's very scary. Dang, that's very unfortunate. I don't know why it always wants me to cover the pan. Someone asked, to be fair, road rage involving guns yeah, exactly. So, I'm not surprised, like, if it happens here, I'm more used to hearing it. Did you guys hear, okay, it always says cover, but I actually don't have a lid for that pot, so we're not gonna cover it. Did you guys hear about the road rage accident in, was it Santo Domingo, I think, where it was at night, and there's a video of it, kind of. You see, like, a surveillance video of, she was an architect, you guys have probably heard this story, but she was an architect. This was like last month. Like a well-known, well-paid, kind of like upper-class architect. She was driving with her daughter, and I think like a cop, I don't know if the cop actually pulled her over, or Chris, babe. He's streaming too, his FIFA match, so he's busy. Something with the cop. So basically, her nice car, like you see like an SUV go by, and then you see in the surveillance like a cop on a moto follow her quickly, and he like drove up next to her and shot her in the head while she was driving, and she died. And her daughter was, her like teenage daughter was in the passenger seat. So that's traumatizing. And people were really mad about it. Do you know the story? Why? I forget why he did that. But did she cut? I can't remember if. Wow, I'm like so sleep deprived. I can't remember anything. But I can't remember if he did like try to pull her over and she like didn't stop and he like chased her, or if she like cut him off. Something. But people were like really mad because obviously, like, you can't just like go murder someone, but other cops were even saying like, you're dumb, like you're, to the one who did it, like, you're an idiot, like you really messed up, don't let me not curse on my live so it stays monetized, but you really messed up because you killed someone like upper class, like whatever, in Santo Domingo, which, I mean, that's not fair that like they're trying to say like a life is worth more than another life, but they were saying like this isn't gonna just like disappear, you know, like other situations could. Same in the States, like we hear those cases. But yeah, when Chris told me that, I was like, he was like, you should do a video about it, but I don't know all the details. Like I still don't really know like why. I have to look into it again, but why he did that. It was really sad. They like put the funeral on Instagram and stuff too. I just can't imagine. Especially her poor daughter, like, being in the car with her. That's so traumatizing. Yeah. So you never know, like, you can't control things like that. We were actually talking about accidents. And people, like, don't stop there. Which is like different than here. Unfortunately, Chris's nieces, so his mom's brother had 2 daughters, and they lived on like a busy-ish street, not really, like, and it was like a 6 and a 4-year-old, something like that, and they were crossing the street to go to school, and a lady in an SUV hit them both and just like kept going, and they still to this day don't know who hit them. They both obviously died, which I can't even imagine. But I don't know, some areas, like, obviously there's no cameras in some places, just like here, and then you don't know, and that person just drives away. So I could never imagine doing that. Like, as bad as you want to pretend like, oh, that didn't happen, it did happen, and like, how do you go to sleep at night? I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I've had a lot of friends who've gotten pickpocketed or robbed there, but usually I know very few that have a gun. Luckily nothing has ever happened to me. I've never been like mugged on the street or anything, and I always had like my computer and stuff with me. My nephew and I found and walked majority of those tough neighborhoods, and we didn't experience any issues. I've been in like tough neighborhoods, but I've never been in like the toughest, most dangerous barrios that you see in YouTube videos, like, you know, different neighborhoods in Santo Domingo or wherever. I've driven through them. I've been in different areas, but not like the notorious ones where like people will do a video being like, I walked through this place by myself. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just decide like, oh, this looks sketchy, I'm gonna say this is the most dangerous. Like, I don't know. And some are, you know, Chris has told me like, oh, that one is like notoriously really bad. But I do wonder, like, if I walked through them, I've walked through similar places and I've always been fine. But I wonder, like, okay, if I went to, like, the most dangerous place. There was a video I saw, I cannot remember any name of anything. It's this Dominican girl, she's famous, I don't know, you guys might know her, she has, like, tons of tattoos and stuff. She's, like, loud, I don't know her name, but she did a video with a Dominican YouTuber, and they went to, like, one of these more dangerous neighborhoods, and obviously she's Dominican, it was like fine, and they were like interviewing, it's like a big camera, but I do wonder, like, okay, what would happen if like I went to those, because people always say like, oh my gosh, you could never walk through a place like that. Like, I think I could. I don't know, maybe that's naive, but I think I'd be fine. I don't know. I think J-Rod, I don't know if he's still here, he might have some videos on his channel of those neighborhoods, and he's been in them and stuff. I think he had a few sketchy situations, but yeah, I do always wonder, like, what would people do to me? Obviously, it would be different if I had my camera versus no camera. But yeah, I don't know. I do think a lot of it's like how you carry yourself and stuff. I'm clearly not intimidating, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just lucky. This guy in my neighborhood runs like all the time, and he wears like 6 layers of clothes, and it's so hot here. He has a headlamp on right now, it's just dark. But yeah, what's some of your guys' favorite beaches in DR? I'm always curious, like, some people love places that I don't love. Like, for me, I don't love, guys, I'm so tired. I can't think of any names. I don't love Chica. Oh my gosh. Someone help. In Santo Domingo. Not Playa Chica. You guys know what I'm talking about. What's the beach in Santo Domingo that everyone goes to? Okay, Wandolio, for example. Boca Chica. Oh my gosh. I was like, I know it's Chica, but Playa Chica, no. Oh, I need to go to bed. Thank you guys. For me, I don't like it as much. Thank you guys. I'm like, I know someone must know what I'm talking about. Thank you, I appreciate that. Boca Chica, to me, I don't like as much. But that's because, like I said, if you were here earlier, I like beaches that don't have a lot of people. And Boca Chica is always crowded. So that's fine. Like, whatever. There, when I went to Playa Rincon it was Easter weekend, so like some Semana Santa, and I have never seen a beach that crowded. Like, it's a really big beach, so there's a lot of sand. People can drive like right up onto the beach. There were like so many tents. People were camping there for the weekend. There was a boxing match set up. I should have bought someone. No, I would have gotten dominated. Boxing matches. There's like a stream that goes to the beach, so there are people in the river and the stream. There were like so many people, and the water was a little bit rough, so there's not a ton of people in the water, but crowds and crowds of people. That I was like, okay, not my favorite, but very interesting. Like, I love watching people and stuff, so I really enjoyed, like, you know, what's everyone doing? What are they up to? But to like enjoy myself, not really. Like Playa Bonita in Las Reinas I really like, because it doesn't get too crowded. The best one is on the southern border. I have heard that too. Are you talking about Valle de las Águilas, maybe? That one, there's like no one, which I really want to go to. It's just so far. Then I really need to remember, like, the other beach that I went to, I've done videos there before. I'm just like blanking on the name. Are we surprised? But it's where you can go for Playa Alicia. I do really like. This one it's near Puerto Plata, I think. I really don't. I'm like dumb tonight. It's near Puerto Plata. You take boats to like the small island where you can snorkel and stuff. There's like huts. I'll have to ask Chris, because it's like Isla something with a C. I don't think it's not Isla Catalina, because I think that's near Punta Cana. But anyway, that beach, we've been there too on like a busy, I forget what holiday it was. It was like a busy holiday. And there were so many people, like swarms, and there was so much trash on the beach. It was disgusting. Like, so much trash. Like the styrofoam from like Plato del Dia, like takeout containers. People just throw them on the ground. I'm like, dude, that's disgusting. I also loved like, you know, everyone's playing their own music and stuff, but I think it's so funny the guys that keep their socks on. I don't know why that always gets me. The water was super clear there, so you could see like, you know, under the water. And all these guys keep their socks on. I don't know why, but I'm like walking and like see someone with their socks. I just think it's funny. But my friend and I were walking along the beach because they have these really cute, like, I agree with, like, they have these cute, like, big rocks, and there's like urchins and stuff. There's like cool. You can like walk around like far. The beach is big. So we were walking, and like, so many people were trying to talk to us, or staring at us, or like saying stuff, like groups of guys, which is like, I mean, they do that to a lot of people. So, I don't think that I'm like special, for sure. Like, please don't do that. But, it's like kind of overwhelming. Like, especially if you're in a bathing suit. I don't like that. Like, I feel like I can't enjoy myself if, like, groups of men are, like, moving closer and closer, like sharks. Because Chris wasn't there that day, so it was just, like, me and, like, girls. So, I don't know. It was weird. But, like, everyone's nice. It's not like anyone was, like, being super creepy. Like, some women would get really uncomfortable with that. But, I mean, if you're used to it in DR and people being more forward with that, then whatever. But it's not like, you know, some people are trying to like follow us, but it's not like anyone like grabbed me or anything. That would be another level. But I don't know, I like the calm beaches where there's not a lot of people and you can play soccer and swim and like really relax. That I like. And that there's not a lot of why does he wear socks? I need to know. Can you ask him? I don't get it. I don't like a ton of the vendors on the beach, not because I find them annoying, but because I am such a pushover. Like, I can't say no to anyone, and then like I never have cash, so I always feel bad. Actually bought, let me show you. So if you guys saw my last vlog from Cabarete, I stopped at the first vendor that stopped me, because they always know. I feel like they know. They're like, oh, she's easy. And then I went back and I got this. So it's a little elephant from wood. I love it. But Chris was like, why did you get that? And I'm like, honestly, I love elephants and I love this and it's great, but I am the perfect candidate. The women always walk by for massages, but also they try to braid my hair. Like, I know they do that to everyone, but incessantly, and probably because it always is like a mess, and they're like, please let me braid it. She was like, I can wash it for you too. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. But yeah, I prefer beaches that don't really have all that. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. I will be on a beach and I will be happy with a crowd or without a crowd, with vendors, without vendors. Seaweed, don't care, you know. There was actually more seaweed than I thought when we went to, where am I going? Punta Cana. Because I guess there was like a storm and some of the people were like upset. They were like, why is there so much seaweed? I heard some tourists talking to like the lifeguard, like he brought it there personally. I was like, he didn't. But yeah. I do have more vlogs from Punta Cana I'll put up. I went to the grocery store there too. I can't imagine like living there as an expat, but I know it's a very popular place to do so. Because I feel like if I lived there as an expat, but I like, you know, was living there full time, I still think, not to say I wasn't treated, you know, like a tourist and a foreigner, because obviously, but I do think that like every day I would be like overly treated like a tourist, like I was only there on vacation or something, and obviously like they're getting charged different prices and stuff. And the prices are more expensive than Santiago just in general. But you're near the beach, so that's nice. And the hospitals and stuff like that are nice there, so that's good. Wait, who said they didn't? Cammie, was it you that said you didn't like Santiago? Is it because of what happened, or are there other reasons you don't like it? I'm curious. I like Santiago because I lived there and because like our friends and family are there. And I think I'm biased because I like the conveniences. So after living in Jarabacoa, when I went to Santiago, I was like, not spoiled, but I was like, wow, like, you know, you can go to Bravo or Nacional or La Serena or what's the other grocery store? Any, you know, you have like options, you know, Price Smart and the movies and like that stuff. I did enjoy, like a lot of different restaurants. Things were open later. There was more delivery. I did like that. Yeah, I get that. If I move back or like buy land, it won't be in Santiago. It would be in like Samana or Las Galeras. What? When I'm speaking English, I can't say that. Me too. Santiago fits my personality. Perfect, low key, not too crazy. See, yeah, that's what I do like. Santo Domingo, if you guys watch me, you know, it's not for me because honestly, the traffic like ruins it for me. I'm like, you can't get anywhere. I have friends who live there and they said that they sit in the car for like 2 hours a day, like going places. And I guess it depends on your lifestyle. Like if everything's super close to you, then great. If you have to cross the city, then there's no chance. I do like we'll stop there on the way other places, and we've been there before, obviously, and you know, Colonial Zone's cool and whatever, but like Blue Mall, that's cool. But the stores, the clothes there are more expensive than here, and there's something there. It was good. You know, when I'm living there, we were going on our way to San Pedro, me and my friend, for the weekend. And San Pedro has some stuff. It's kind of like Santiago. They have McDonald's, they have Pizza Hut, but they don't have everything. We stopped in Santo Domingo on the way and we got Taco Bell. And that was fun because we were like, oh, we haven't had it in so long. But I think if I lived there, I would feel like, I don't know, would I feel like I wasn't in DR? Probably not. I would probably still feel like I was in DR, but it's like too busy. It's like living in New York, where I'm from. It's like I loved living in Manhattan, and then at a certain point you're like, I'm over it. Like, you know, I get it, and now I'm done. Santiago, I think, is like a perfect mix of like you said, like low key but still a lot to do. So I like that. It is funny how much of a small town it feels like, though. Like it feels like a tiny town. Every time I went somewhere, I saw someone I knew, more or less, or they saw me or whatever. Like, you can't like be too secretive there. Not like I'm a secretive person. You can't really be under the radar there if you're going to places frequently. Like, no. I always go to the more secluded parts of the beach. Yeah, if there is like a crowd on the beach, I will be going away. Ideally. So I mean, also it's just like everyone's playing their own music loud and stuff, so it's nice if you want like to be peaceful. That's why the best situation was that villa we went to in Las Galeras, and our my friend's friend lived there. Gorgeous. If you haven't seen it, it's like private beach villa, I think is the title. And I think I show the beach, and it's amazing. Like it's small. It's like private. You can swim. It was honestly, I was like, I cannot even believe she lives here and has this private beach to herself. That's ideal to me. So I like Santo Domingo. Did I like really make fun of it right there? I don't want to say any bad words because when I do that, it like takes off my monetization. I'm like, why did you do that? If you haven't given me a thumbs up, you can give me a thumbs up. If you want to give me a super chat, I'll take it, I guess. No, I do appreciate Santo Domingo. Like, I'm glad that Santo Domingo is there. Like, there are things, like, if you need to do something, if you need to go to a certain place that they might not have in Santiago, you can find it in Santo Domingo. I will have to live in Santiago for a few months. What's a good apartment complex? Ooh, we actually saw one. You're clearly seeing, though, how good I am with names right now. So I'd have to send it to you later. There are a few like newer complexes that have a cute little cute little like playgrounds just for the residents, which is nice. If you live near Via Olga, you're right near the park. I mean, there's different parks, but I lived right near there. And there's a playground there, which is nice. And you can, you know, if you live within walking distance. And Via Olga's nice too. Like that whole square has restaurants and stuff. Really good. Oh, that's another video. A really, really good empanada place. Look at this huge plate of fried rice. Let me bring that to Chris. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Ask me questions. Okay, bye. I'm back. Mateo hasn't gotten up yet. That's a miracle. Let's see. Did anyone ask me a question? Okay, yeah. Shoot me a message so you're at the top and I'll try to find it. And then also, we have a realtor in Santiago. She can help. Oh man, my back feels broken. I went to the gym every day this week and my back hurts. Yeah, it's kind of hard to find sometimes a good apartment with a playground, but I've seen them, so we can definitely find you one. I'm getting old. Who said I look like a teenager? Are you sure? Do you want to take that back? She's falling apart. So old. Yeah. So I was gonna bring up another topic and now I forgot. Oh, okay. Hear me out. I was driving today and obviously thinking about business ideas because I love doing that. And no one take my idea. No, in DR, in Santiago, for example, or in, I'll answer that, Rick. Thank you. Santiago or anywhere, right? Bigger city, not tiny small town, but a city having a laundromat. Like Chris sometimes would bring his clothes to a cleaner's like we have here, and they would wash them and fold them, whatever. But he would mostly do like stuff that you would normally take to a dry cleaner's. So it was a dry cleaner. There we go. But there aren't really like laundromats where you bring your own stuff and there's washers and dryers and you sit there and you do it yourself and you can do like comforters and sheets and big stuff. And I'm like, okay, I asked our friend Jen and he was like, no, there's not enough money for that. I don't really know what he meant by that. But to me, that's a good idea because like, hi Cami, I see your question. I feel like in, like Chris in his apartment was lucky enough to have a washer and a dryer, like an American type. So when I was in Harbacoa, my dryer was just a spin thing and then the clothes were still damp and you had to hang them. But the washers wouldn't fit like a comforter of, well, I was gonna say a lot of people don't have comforters, but you know what I'm talking about. Is that a good idea or no? Maybe not. I feel like if it were, there would be that. Or I know some places there do have laundromats, but I don't see them often. So anyway, that's what I was thinking about. What did you say? Boca Chica is the only beach in the world where you can get a massage and watch Michael Jackson perform. It's funny. Love Santa Domingo is you know what? I do think I need to go spend more time there because when I go, it's always short or it's for something or it's just a couple nights and I'm in specific areas, but there's nice parts for sure. Obviously, like there are. What did you say? Yeah, I've done videos on typical cost of living for Santiago, so you guys can definitely check that out. If you're interested, type up like on my channel, type cost of living because I have two. I have one like DR and then I did another one Santiago because everyone got mad I wasn't talking in dollars, which is weird because like you don't use dollars there, but I get it. So Santiago, you can live depending on your lifestyle. So I know people will spend hundreds, even thousands of dollars a month on rent if they want to live in a really nice high-rise apartment or And if they want to rent a full house with like a security guard or a gated community, there's some really, really nice neighborhoods. I spent $400 a month on a furnished apartment. It was 3 bedrooms. It was really big. It was like too big just for me, but it was like I had whatever. Long story, but you know, I felt like I was like spending more than I needed to. Like I could definitely find cheaper, but it was nice. It was furnished. It was in a really safe spot. They did a 6-month lease, all of that. I could find like one for $250, $300. That would probably be just as nice. But then, like I said, I know people whose budget is $1,000 and they want like an apartment with a gym and a pool and all of that. Then obviously it's gonna be more. Also, if you're gonna have your own car and drive, gas is expensive there. I think that, like, I was working when I lived in Santiago. I was working online. So I was making all my money in dollars, which went a lot further there, and I recommend it to everyone. Like, if you can, definitely, like, work remotely, make dollars, and then they go further. That being said, I was buying a lot of, like, gluten-free food and imported food because of, like, sensitivities and stuff, so that definitely gets expensive. That is more expensive than here, for example, because they're importing all of it. So if you think that you're going to like to eat a lot of imported foods from the US or other places, then that will significantly increase your budget for food. There's like different levels. Like if you're going to eat like that, it's going to be expensive for groceries. If you like to like go out to eat a lot and you like to go to really nice restaurants, then Santiago has a lot of nice restaurants, then that will increase it too. If you didn't know, they have, it's IBITIS. It's basically like extra, it's like a tax. So there's an 18% additional like fee on your restaurant bill. That's like a lot, and that's not including the tip. And not everyone tips, but you should. So that does get expensive eating out. Now you can go to like lower level, like where you are getting like plato del dia, like chicken, beans, and rice, like fast food or pico pollo, something like that. That's cheaper for sure. So it just depends like what level you are. Us, like I had to spend a little bit more on groceries, but they lasted longer because it was just me. And then we went out to eat a lot there. And some food's more expensive, like McDonald's there ended up being like just as much as here or even more expensive. But we didn't go to like, we weren't going to like Saga, which is like one of the most expensive restaurants in Santiago. And like we don't drink a lot, so I wasn't ordering a lot of wine or anything. So all of that really depends on your lifestyle. If you have kids and you're putting them in private school, that's very expensive, depending on the school. So yeah, it just depends. I tell people like at least $1,000, I feel like is good. Like let's say you're spending, I don't know, let's say you're spending $400 on rent, and then I was only spending like $20 a month on electricity and air and stuff. I had an air conditioner. I like rarely used it because I just didn't want to spend money on it. And then like eating out and Uber's really cheap. It's only like $2 per ride, but if you don't have a car, you're gonna be paying a lot for that. So yeah, it just depends, but you can definitely live very affordably. If you're living like a local, if you're living like Dominican, then even more so. But when I was in Jarabacoa, like I got paid. I was still working online, which was good, part-time though. That was good because I still had bills in the States. So that kind of affected my budget. Like I still had things to pay for. If I didn't, that would be better. But I was a teacher and I made just under $400 US a month, which is like so low. And that was actually really high compared to like what a lot of the Dominican teachers were making, which is really sad. And I thought that I was going to be making money like coaching soccer and tutoring and stuff, but my school, like, you know, is one of the situations where they say one thing and then that doesn't happen. Like, they promise things up front. But my rent was included in, like, my apartment was through the school. So they charged us, but it was like $35 a month for rent. And then I did have to pay internet. That was a little bit more expensive. And bills in Jarabacoa were like a mess because they had our house that we moved into, which was right like down the street from the school. Teachers, like other teachers lived in it the year before. And apparently the name of the internet through Colado was some random American girl that lived there like 4 years prior. So every time I needed to pay my bill, I had to say her name. And I had to like bring a random copy of her passport that I just had like in the office. So it was hard, like just like figuring stuff out like that. But I paid internet and electricity, and that they were always like charging us more than I thought. Not the electricity company, like it was through the school. And then that house ended up being infested with mice. So that kind of sucked. And then we moved to another house. Yeah, that was bad. Hello. How is it living over there? It depends what city you're in, honestly. I feel like it really, really changes your whole, like, experience. My experience in living in Jarabacoa was completely different than living in Santiago. And that's just because of, one, like, there's so many more. What's a brilliant idea? There's so many more, things to do in Santiago. That being said, something in Santiago that I missed from Jarabacoa is like being outdoors more. So we would be outside in Santiago, but it's not like right near a river or a lake, or, there are mountains, but it's not like Jarabacoa where you're like in the mountain basically. So I really liked going to the waterfalls on the weekends, or, just like going through drives in the mountains. So there's pros and cons to every area you live in, 100%. Like if you like expats, if you like being around other tourists and having like really a lot of conveniences from the US, and like Punta Cana, Santo Domingo, places like that are good. If you like more secluded areas, then yeah, probably not that. But every place has its pros and cons, and I can only speak for those two that I lived, but other places that I visited a lot, I could like kind of imagine what it'd be like living there. But yeah, Jarabacoa is way cheaper to live in, except the price of food. So like, let's say I bought an American cereal. It would be more expensive than here for sure in the US. And then more expensive in Jarabacoa than in Santiago, because they had to bring it all the way up the mountain. So they would put like an additional like fee on it. And there weren't as many options. So there was not like gluten-free food really at any of the small supermarkets in Jarabacoa, or, if you need specific things, like even my friend, she had to get a special kind of dog food and they did not have that in Jarabacoa. So she would have to drive to Santiago to get it. So stuff like that is way more convenient in Santiago. But it just depends. Like, I have friends who say like they would never live in the city, like they would never live in Santiago, or they would never live in Santo Domingo, and they love living in like Cabrera, which is like a small town. So everyone's different. I want to live in like Las Terrenas. I think would be amazing. The only thing with Las Terrenas is like, and I've done consults with people who want to live there, so I've like send them all the information and talk to them about it and stuff. The only thing with them is like there's not a good hospital in Las Terrenas, and there's not like multiple different types of clinics. There's like a health clinic, but it's not the same. Like it's not like Santo Domingo or Punta Cana or Santiago, so you don't have as many options. So that would scare me, like especially having kids. If there was like an emergency or anything, you're far. Also, you are far from the airport. So there's a closer airport if you're flying in from like Canada or something. But if you're flying in from Santo Domingo, that's like 3 hours. So it's like a trip, you're kind of secluded a little bit. They don't have like right in town. They don't have like a big grocery store. They do have like, you'll be fine if you live there. They don't have like a movie theater or a mall. They don't have as many options for school. A lot of people will do like co-ops where like all of the expat families will like get together and do homeschooling together. But that being said, like there's so many good restaurants there, and the expat community there, I think I would prefer, because you have like not just Americans, you have French people, Italian people, German people, which is every expat city too, but I think more concentrated there. Like Swedish people, there's just like a bigger array. So that's cool. You could have friends from like 7 different countries. So if you're a kid there growing up, that would be pretty cool. This lighting is doing me no favors. So yeah, it just like depends on your lifestyle, but that would make me nervous. Like the healthcare and the schooling in the smaller towns, you know, and we like sometimes, I don't even know, we would drive like, so we would drive from Santiago to Cabarete, and if you want, you can go not on the highway, so you can go through the mountains, which is so pretty, so pretty. I love doing that. It's like you're on a winding road all the way up and then all the way down, and you can see like such gorgeous views. I think I videoed it, so I'm gonna do like a driving tour. Just like I won't be talking, I'll just like put music or something. Feel like you're there, but it's beautiful, and you see so many. I love driving there. Like I hate driving there because it's dangerous, but I love like the views driving, because you see such pretty views, but then you see so many interesting things to look at. Like the houses are also interesting for me to look at. You see people outside, you can see motos and cows, and I don't know, I'm such a loser, but I'm like, I told you, I like to people watch, so I'm like out the window, like, but then I'm also like scared to drive, like, and have control issues of even when Chris is driving, so I'm like trying to look out the window, but also like so focused on the road. But that being said, we would drive like up the mountain to Cabarete, and we went one time and it got dark so fast, and we weren't expecting it to get dark that fast, and Chris was like, we should not have come this way, because if anything happens, like if we break down at night, we're not going to like there's no mechanic, there's no one here, there's no store. And I always thought, like, how do people in those small towns, and you can say the same thing here about the States, so it doesn't really matter, but my point being, like, how do you live in the middle of nowhere? And we drove for like 2 hours before there's a grocery store, before there's a pharmacy. Like there's not even like the pharmacy on the corner. There's a colmado, and that's it, where you can get like super basics, but not even like medicine. That to me is like, wow, it's so pretty. It must be so peaceful, but it's also terrifying. Like, I think I need more conveniences than that, because I'm always like, what if, you know? That scares me. Like, I think we talked to someone about it, and he was like, yeah, we like take a trip like once a month to go get things, or like we just like don't get them. We just like live on less stuff. Like we don't get groceries like that. I don't know. When are you on again? That's the famous question. That's the problem. Is like I never know when the baby's gonna go to sleep. I never know like when I'll have like time. I never know what we're doing. I'll try to post. If you follow the community tab, I'll try to post before I'm gonna go live, if that helps. Wow, this lighting is terrible. And I'll put my ring light up next time so you can actually see me. But yeah, follow my Instagram too if you guys aren't yet. It's just Rebecca, Rebecca Mills, Millsss, and then you'll see when I'm going live. I'll like post it. I didn't tonight. But that is probably a better way. I do want to get on a schedule where I'm like, okay, every like Friday night, Saturday night or something, I'm going to go live, but I don't even know if people really like it. And then I never know my schedule. So, but thank you so much for coming. If you haven't given me a like yet, take a second to hit the thumbs up. For some reason, YouTube loves it when that to me is like such a minor interaction. Like obviously comments are much better. Like if you comment on my video, that's great. But if you get like a thumbs up, Instagram's like, that's a good interaction. Or even a thumbs down is an interaction. The price of fresh food in Harbacoa is a third of the price in Mondolio. Yeah, so fresh food in Harbacoa is cheaper because you're right near Constanza. And then in Harbacoa too, there's so many farms and agriculture. So it's just right there. I agree about that trip. It's beautiful going up the mountains. And my husband lives in a small town. Yeah, I love the mountain. It's so pretty. It just makes me so nervous. Like driving up and down that mountain. Oof. Doing it at night is worse. I'm like, always a mess because there's always like a dog that will run in front of the street or like kids playing on the side of the road outside their house. And I'm like, please don't let anything happen. Like, oh, I hate it. I hate it. Can you not like call me chubby? I feel like that's rude. Like no. Calling me beautiful and then calling me chubby is like not a compliment. So thanks though. That's not either. That's what I'm saying is like I like going live, but like I see the comments in real time, you know? And then when I go on TikTok, if I go live, which you guys probably weren't here in the beginning, but I was saying I went live on TikTok last night. I only have like 3,000 followers there, and I don't do like content like this there. I just do like stupid videos, mostly with my son. But it's like in live, it's like I see it. I mean, thanks for saying sorry, but I don't even think I'm chubby. I'm like thick, but I still look good. But no, it's like when I'm live, it's just me, you know? So it's like you get used to me talking and you guys seeing me, and then I'm talking your comments, but it's like I think people forget it's like it's still just me. It's like kind of scary, you know? People can say whatever they want. Thank you. I do. Thank you. Appreciate that. I mean, and I'm trying to like be more like in the past on YouTube, I would just let people say whatever they want and then like ignore it or like whatever. But I'm so sensitive, so I would like get upset or, you know, like really let it like bother me. But now I'm getting better with just being like, you know, that comment was just like annoying. But the like people saying stuff about like Chris or like racist comments, like if you follow my Instagram, I posted one that I got like 2 weeks ago. I like screenshot it and put it up there, and I don't usually like answer them or really engage too much, but this one was so bad. Like those comments, I'm like, people really forget that I'm like, and I'm not anyone. I cannot imagine people having like the people who have millions of subs, like they probably like don't even read their comments at that point, I'm guessing, because it's like probably so mean. I mean, this comment was basically saying like, this I don't get. She was black, married to a Mexican. It took me a long time to even interpret what she was trying to say to me because I'm like, it wasn't English. But she was basically saying like, how could you give your egg, which is gross, to a black man? Like, that's disgusting. He's gonna leave you. You're gonna be a single mom. Like, why would you ever marry a black man? Ew. At least my husband, he's Mexican, but it's not black. I'm like, there's so much to unpack there. Like, I can't even get started, girl, but like, clearly there's some self-hate going on, but also like, don't comment on, like, I just think it's so weird to like go on someone video that you don't know and be like, oh, a mixed couple, let me give my opinion. No, it's so weird. I don't know. People are crazy. Anyway, that's all I'll talk about comments because I know that's not that interesting. So yeah, Chris's parents are building a house in Santiago, so that's exciting. Hi Maya, just me ranting. It's fine. And that will be exciting, I think, because they're excited to like get out of their apartment. I don't know when it will be done though. And then when we go, we'll be able to stay there and there'll be like more space. They'll have a backyard and they want a pool. I don't think a pool's necessary, but if they want it. But when we buy land, we're going to be looking like on the North Coast. I just want to be on the beach. I feel like if I'm going to actually like invest in land, it's not going to be like in the city. Because that's not ideal for me, I believe. That's what I think, at least. I mean, we'll always be going back to Santiago anyway, because that's where his family is. But Nadia asked if I left DR. Yeah, we did the K1 visa, and we live in Phoenix right now for multiple reasons. Hey, thank you, Danny. Oh my gosh, Danny, you're like one of my favorites. Thank you. I really appreciate that comment too. Oh, I'm a true Dominican in your book. Thank you. Thank you. You're so sweet. I really appreciate you. Everyone give Danny some love in whatever way he wants. Thank you. I we moved back on the K1 visa for several reasons. One of them being that Chris is an engineer. He's a structural engineer, and in DR, he was only making at like a good job, like good engineering job. He's only making like $600 a month. And then he started his own business, an engineering company in DR as well, like based in DR, but doing US projects. So then he was making more because he was getting paid in dollars. So that's the secret. So he's making more, but again, not like so much money. So him working in the States was like it's way better. And he's making, like, I won't say a salary, but he's salaried and he's making really good money here. And he's working for a really good company. He works all the time, but he likes it and he's getting to use his degree. Second, my parents are older than his parents. So my dad has Parkinson's, which some of you know. And because of that, Danny is the best. I agree, Kayla. He really is. He like always just gives me such positive comments, and I appreciate that a lot. My dad has Parkinson's, and if you guys don't know, it's a disease that like gets worse. It doesn't get better. So I was thinking like, you know, I loved living there, but I was like, it doesn't, like, I don't want to be selfish, right? Like I was selfish and like lived there for 2 years, but then I wanted to really like be near my family. We wanted to have the wedding in the States anyway, so we did that. And then, you know, Chris likes being here, honestly. Like I like it too. I think it's important for us to be near my family at this time, so that's good. But I really wish we like owned a house there and could I wish he worked remotely so we could go back and forth more. Maybe he'll come say hi. Let's see if he'll come say hi. Come say hi. He's so shy. He's like going live playing FIFA. But also my mom, if you guys haven't been like following along, I haven't really talked about it too much, so probably don't know. But my mom ended up being in the hospital for 3 weeks this month, kind of. Like she got surgery October 9th. It was supposed to be outpatient surgery, and then it ended up being she had to get an emergency surgery the next night, and it was really bad. Like she was on a vent in the ICU. So I luckily was here. Like I cannot imagine if I was in DR during that. Like I was able to go to the ICU and see her, and like it was traumatizing, but like we stayed with my dad for those 3 weeks while she was in the hospital, because my mom is my dad's caretaker. So if my mom's not there, then my dad can't like do everything on his own. So we stayed with him, which, you know, was good. And I got to visit my mom like almost every day in the hospital. And now she's home. And then I was doing her IV infusions and like her PICC line and all her antibiotics and stuff. And it's like, those were the small blessings where I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know, like, they would manage, I guess. Like they would have to like hire someone, but it's like, that's your family and you want to take care of your family. Like I would never forgive myself if I just decided not to come, or if I was stuck in DR like during COVID or something. So, you know, I just think like my family, like how we are right now, like they need us here more. So that's fine. But it really is like, I want to be in both places at the same time. Like I wish I could teleport. I wish tickets weren't as expensive. And like, if we lived in New York, that flight is so much easier than from here, because from here, it's like, from Phoenix to Dallas, Dallas to Miami, Miami to Santiago, or like last time we did here to Miami, Miami to there. But it's like that flight here to Miami is not fun. It's like 5 hours, not fun at all. I just like traveling with a baby. So anyway, that was a really long explanation, but the plan is to buy land there. Chris, his like dream is to own his own or build his own house there, because he has friends that are architects and he's an engineer, and he has friends in construction and stuff. So they can all kind of like work together, build the house, and then we would have it and probably like rent it out when we're not there. But I really want Mateo that's my son, to grow up there too. Like I don't want him to just like not be in touch with that part of him or that, you know, side of his culture and stuff. So we'll see what's in the cards, but we'll probably be back in December, so that's good. And I will definitely film more. But if any of you are ever there, I definitely want to like, I get so shy. So I was going to post when I was there in the summer and say like, who wants to meet up if anyone is here and I talk about it, but like I'm shy, so I get really nervous like meeting people, especially if it's someone that I haven't like talked to extensively on messaging at least, because I've met other people before, but I get really nervous. But I would like to. That would be cool, like to do that. Like I know Nor Barris, you guys probably follow her too. She's super sweet. She meets with her subscribers all the time, and she's like shy, like as a person. To me, at least, I think she's like, I don't know, maybe shy, maybe she's not shy. I don't know. I haven't met her in person, but I've talked to her, you know, privately and stuff, and she meets them all the time. So I guess it would be fine. But like J-Rod has too, and it would be fun, I think. So I'll definitely let you guys know if we're there over Christmas. If you're moving in January, you might be there. I would love to meet you. I get so nervous. I don't know why. Like people say like, oh my gosh, you're exactly like you are in your videos. Like I don't like, you know, I'm not like, not that I'm fake or I'm calling anyone fake, but I am pretty much exactly how I am in real life on the video. Being an engineer and having architect friends and people in construction will save you guys lots of money. Yeah, that's what I think too, is like, I know like building a house anywhere can be such a headache, but he already knows kind of who would do it and what. His dad's an architect, but he hasn't, or I mean, he is an architect. Yeah, he's like designing their house that they're building there in Santiago. But Chris, I feel like engineering and art, he's structural engineer, so houses, buildings, that kind of is like goes into hand in hand with architecture, and he works with them closely, and I feel like anyone can like design like what they imagine it to look like. And it wouldn't be like anything massive, that's for sure. So the video I did with Emma and her husband, they live in like Guaymate. They live kind of near La Romana. It took them like a year to build the house, but she said it could have been so much shorter. Like it was just, you know, they were delayed and whatever. But she said it was way easier than she thought. I'm building a house for my daughter and it's a lot of money. Oh my gosh. Is Danny not the nicest person ever? Where? Well, you don't have to tell us that. That's the other thing. It's like, it can get really expensive depending what materials you're using, what, if you're importing anything, like what construction crew you're using, and yeah. And I know some people have been, not you. Oh, Bonal's nice. This is so irrelevant. Every time someone says Bonal, I have to bring it up. That's where I had my first pizza empanada. Was that not the most interesting fact you've ever heard? And it was amazing. I was like, pizza empanada, I want that. And it was so good. And the waterfall, there's like a butterfly-ish waterfall. I think I hiked to that. It was really pretty. Bonal is cool. Like, I only went there once, and it's like, it reminded me of Santiago. It's like a mix of Jarabacoa and Santiago. It's like in between, I feel like. It was busy. Like, there's so many motos in Bonal. And I thought Jarabacoa had a lot of motos, but I was like, okay, Bonal is like all motos. A little bit like, I don't know, the people were a little bit like, not rougher. I don't even know how to like describe people, but like the guys in San Pedro are so different to me than the guys in Jarabacoa. Like night and day. Like the style is so different. I'm shy too, but then one of my sons, wait, really? Oh my gosh. Hi, Kara. Kara is so I want to meet you, Kara, in person. You can show me San Domingo. Guys, if you're not following Kara, she has great videos, and she's in, can I say that? Yeah, you have a channel, right? This is why I'm like too awkward. I can't. She has a channel about things in San Domingo. So sweet. Like, I can't. Also, we did a video here on my channel too. I can't remember hi Maya, I did. I said hi. The title of that video, but I actually need to like retitle it, because I feel like we talked about like she lived in another country and then we moved to DR, so we're like comparing the two, but her videos are great. Also, her Spanish is great. She just did a video in Spanish, and I was like, okay, noted. Like, never doing a video in Spanish again. So good. But I would love to meet you. Actually, no, Kara, this is so weird. And you're going to be like, okay, I'm never meeting you now. And this is where I cross the line, and I probably like shouldn't say what I'm going to say, but I'm going to. My friend, this is, okay, guys, this is a good example. Kara, hopefully this doesn't make you uncomfortable. DR is like the smallest country in the world. Like, I feel like it's like a small town anywhere you go. Like, I see people everywhere I know. Anyway, the point of this is that my friend Christina, who's like super sweet, and I did a video with her too. She did like an apartment tour for us in Santiago. But anyway, she lives in Santiago, and she went to Santo Domingo, and she was like in an Uber. This is so weird. Like, she saw you, Kara, and she was like in the Uber, and you were like walking on the street, and she texted me and was like, oh my gosh, I literally just saw Kara, the girl that you did a video with that like has a channel too and teaches here. And I was like, there's no way that you don't even live in Santo Domingo and you just like saw her on the street while you were in a car. Like, not even like you were both walking on the same street. And Santo Domingo is like a big city. Kara's probably not even here. Oh no, she is. Okay. Stop. You're so funny. I'm like so not exciting. I'm not exciting as a person, but I appreciate that. I know I want to collab again, Kara. I saw your video on like your new apartment tour, and I was like, oh my gosh, I want to show people your new tour. But I just thought that was so weird that she texted me and was like, I just saw Kara. And I'm like, how? And that's happened to me in different cities. Like, I'll see someone from Jarabacoa in like Samana, and I'm like, how are you guys here right now on the same beach at the same time? It just feels like so much smaller than it is, and like everyone knows someone. Like, here in Arizona, like there are not a ton of Dominicans, but they all find each other. So some of our Dominican friends literally like have mutual friends. I don't know who actually, yeah, there's a family here, they used to live in Jarabacoa. I think the wife's Dominican and the husband's not. Some they have like 3 kids. They lived in DR, moved back to Arizona, lived here for a while. Like, she wasn't living in DR the same time as me. Moved back here, and then we never actually met, but we would like talk on Facebook and stuff. And then she just moved back to Jarabacoa with her whole family, and she messaged me and asked for a recommendation for a realtor for a house. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll send you like my realtor, whatever. And it's Chris's cousin. And she messaged me back and was like, that's the exact same realtor that we used to find my house last time. And I'm like, it is such a small world. I can't. It's so weird. So weird. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, I'm replying to Kara because I was telling that story about her, and you asked my waist size. I don't know my waist size. I don't know. So anyway, that was a long story, but follow Kara too. She makes great videos. We should collab again. And I would love to meet you if I come to Santo Domingo. I'm disabled. I just moved to DR, Santiago. Oh, wow. That's awesome. Congratulations. I would love to know your experience too, because I do get that question sometimes, people asking if it's accessible. I don't know what your disability is, and you don't have to share, but in my case, my parents came to visit us, and we went to Santiago and Casa de Campo, and that was hard, like coordinating for my dad, because he was better then. Parkinson's sucks, so it like gets worse and worse all the time, but that was like 3 years ago, and he was using a cane, sometimes a walker. But just figuring out like, okay, we need somewhere first floor without steps, and that has like a bar in the shower, and okay, if we did need a wheelchair, could we get one? And like accessibility things are, I think, lacking. So that's unfortunate. But I always give props to people who like can figure things out to work for them. I haven't even taken one bite. I'm still on about Kara's Spanish. It's so good. What other videos do you guys want to see from me? that's where I'm at. I'm like, I don't know what people want to see. I feel like, not like my channel's stuck, but like growing very slowly. So I'm always like, send it to a friend, have your mom sub. But I don't like to, like, if you guys have channels, I never recommend people doing like sub for sub. I've never done that, where people go on like forums or whatever and they're like, I'll sub to you if you sub to me. That's the worst idea, because then you have like all these subs and no one watches anything and no one engages. So that's not good. My tattoo, that, it says faith. I don't like it. If you guys didn't know that, now you know. Yeah, I wish I didn't have it. Which sucks because I do like faith and I like doves, but I got it when I was like 19. I don't know if you guys know how old I am, but I'm old. And so it was a long time ago. And like, I was like, yeah, I won't care that there's a tattoo on my forearm. I do. And actually, in the school that I taught at in Harbacoa, at first they said like tattoos, like you couldn't have them visible or anything. And then it was fine. Like my friends like lived there and she had like sleeves, so she was fine. This was fine. But when I went to get this is an instance of like when I wasn't good at speaking up for myself, and I'm slowly getting better, but I'm still such a pushover. And this is like permanent on my body. They drew it on, the guy was really good, but he drew this on in Sharpie. Like he didn't do a stencil and then like peel it off and it's all nice. It was Sharpie. And I was like, yeah, that'll do it. And I said like, I should have said like, I want it way thinner. Like I have tattoos like this one, like that moon is like way thinner. I have a heart, it's thinner, but whatever, live and learn. It's fine. But also in DR, like you see this all the time. I don't see it because like my arms are down, right? But like if I'm walking, like from behind, everyone sees it. So they think I'm like bad or something. I'm like, no. I would like for you to send links to people like Kara or Kayla. I would totally do that. Kara or Kayla to come on my lives. That would be fun. More fun than just me talking. I know like, I don't know if you guys follow Christina. I think it's like Christina Bella. I forget like her exact name, but she's Dominican and does videos, and like we've gone live before with like me, Norveris, Christina, and J-Rod and stuff. And she's super nice. She does a lot of lives where she'll go live. I think she goes live for like 10 hours, which I could never. But she'll have people like talk. So it's not really like videos, but people, it's like more like a podcast. And they'll talk about like race and culture and different like kind of controversial topics, which again, I'm like scared of everything. So I don't know. But yeah, like those, I think it'd be interesting to have other people in my lives too and talk more about DR. I just like have been so busy that it's like I don't even know when I can go live, let alone like plan it with someone else. And then other people, like some people don't like to go live. Like they get nervous if I ask to go live with them because they don't really know like what we'll talk about. And I'm like, well, I can go live by myself and just make things up to talk about. So I'm sure between the two of us, we could definitely figure things out. Yeah, Kayla, we can. Ow, my back hurts so bad. My friend bought me a gift certificate for a massage for my birthday, which I thought was so nice. So I really need to use it. I want a nice figure like you. Tell me some tips. I feel like that's like a joke, but go to the gym. I really like working out. My problem is I gain muscle fast, but I like don't lose fat. So it's kind of frustrating, but still have baby weight. But it's fine. It's fine. We'll get there. I really like working out though. Like genuinely enjoy it, but I've always been curvier. I was way smaller when I played soccer growing up until I was like 20, and I was in amazing shape. Like I mean, like looking back, then I was like, I'm fat, okay, but amazing shape because soccer's like so physical. But I've always been curvy, so I don't know. It's just something. Everyone has a different body. But yeah, definitely working out a lot, which is fun. I found a gym with childcare finally, so that's a blessing. Cost of living, we did talk about that. Definitely I have 2 videos on it, so if you go on my channel and search like cost of living, they will both come up. But it depends what area you're in and what lifestyle you lead. So like if you like imported things, if you like traveling a lot there, if you want your kids in private school, if you want to live in a gated community with a cook and a cleaner and nannies, then obviously it'd be way more expensive. But I always say like starting out like $1,000 a month. I don't know. I never really like tracked my budget super closely, but I was making dollars and lived there, so it was good. If you haven't given me a thumbs up, give a thumbs up. That, like I said, I don't know why YouTube likes it, but any interaction on any of my videos helps so much. Like thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't get too many thumbs downs. There is one person that like right when I post video, they give a thumbs down to all my videos, so it's fine. But it's content, it's interaction. Comments help so much, even if you just say like, love it. Sharing. Obviously subscribing is the best, but you know. Chris. He's literally like streaming FIFA tonight, and he told me, he's like, I'm nervous. It was cute. Same, but hopefully he's winning. I feel like he's like in a tournament. I don't know. Does anyone have any other questions? Sorry, I'm reading my text. If you guys have more questions or comments, please let me know. Does your realtor speak English? She does. She does. Oh, that's awesome. Cool. Terry, congrats. Very smart, in my opinion. Yeah, she does speak English. Yeah, she's Chris's cousin, but I still paid her and everything. What part of DR do you live in? I lived in Jarabacoa and Santiago, and now I'm back in Phoenix. But when we go back, Santiago, and we'll be buying land, I'm guessing in Samana, but we'll see. Depending on, the only thing is Samana is so far from Santiago, so kind of a long trip, but to me, it's worth it once you're there. Downtown Samana, I don't really like though. Wouldn't cost a lot. Yeah, depending on the house you're building. Like, okay, if you guys watched my video with Emma on her house, I wrote on my community tab, so like my updates. So if you follow me, you'll see like my community tab, and I wrote like, I'll like post pictures and stuff, whatever. I do polls, and I said like, what do you guys think that she spent on this house? Because I did a tour, and then we did a video sitting down, like an interview, and people were asking like, or people were guessing like 20,000. I think like 20 to 30,000 was the most like voted, and she spent less than 10,000. It was crazy. She spent like 6,000 building a house. It's crazy, and it's not big. It's 1 bedroom, living room, kitchen, bathroom, but they're gonna be like blowing out like extending it and putting another room and putting a second story. So it's crazy depending what you do. So like she splurged on the floor because she really wanted a specific type of floor. So that was more expensive. If you're using like local materials, and the labor is like extremely cheap, like too cheap. She said that too. She was like, I felt so bad, like how cheap it was. But that being said, it can also be the opposite. So if you don't know people, or if you don't know what you're doing, or I know a lot of projects that never finish because of like all this like, I don't know, delays, or people get scammed or things like that. How you transfer your kids' school records from New Jersey to Santiago? You should be able to just ask your school in Jersey for your kids' records, like their transcript, and then like I guess, do people fax anymore? Email to you and then email it to them. That's probably the best way to do it. Do I like Puerto Plata? Yeah, I do, but it's not my favorite place. That being said, like Jade, I have a video with Jade. If you type in like Puerto Plata, like house tour, I think it is, something like that. She lives in a beautiful house, like not gated community, but she had like It was safe, quiet. She had a mountain right there. She was view of the ocean. It was really pretty. So I think it depends like what neighborhood you're in. What's the rate for a personal trainer in DR? That also depends. If you go to a really nice gym, like the one on Pucamaima campus, which is like $100 a month, that's so expensive for like most people there. That will be more expensive. But I went to Metropolitan Fitness in like Los Jardines. I didn't have a personal trainer there in DR, but probably like it ranges on like what kind of personal training you're doing and how like certified they are. But I would say you'd probably pay like probably like $30 an hour. I'm guessing. I would have to ask. If you want to message me on Instagram, I can ask my friends. Rebecca Mills, 3 S's, and I'll ask them because a lot of them go to gyms, so they could probably just look it up. But not a lot. Like if you have some extra money and you want to find a personal trainer, you definitely could. Sorry, my contacts hurt. If you haven't given me a thumbs up, go ahead. I'm new to your chat. Next year, my cousin and I are moving to DR. How was it when you first moved there? Hi, Chino. Welcome. When I first moved there, it wasn't like a huge culture shock for me because I had been taking trips to DR like multiple times. I had been there like 8 times before I moved there. So that really helped. And I give so much credit. Kara might have done that actually. I forget. But I give a lot of credit to people who are just like researching, get a job offer, and then go. Like that to me is really impressive. And I couldn't do that, I don't think. Maybe now that I've lived in another country, but so if you're familiar with the culture, then you're good. Like that will make the transition easier. That being said, it's very different vacationing somewhere and living somewhere. So like when I'm on vacation, I never had to deal with bills and like transferring my internet and figuring out my cell phone plan and where am I going to get groceries and what about the dentist and the eye doctor and the regular doctor. Like those small things, you're like, that's a big learning curve, and like learning how different things are there, like at the doctor's office, or if you go to the hospital or a clinic, you literally just like wait. It's like first come first serve. It's things are so different in different places. So yes, there is still like there is always like a deal of culture shock no matter how familiar you are with the place, I think, because living somewhere is just so different. But everyone was super nice, and working at a school was good because like I had a place to meet some American friends and some Dominican friends. So that made it easier. If I was just like moving there on my own and like working remotely, like that would be harder. But my school kind of like dropped me off and was like, have fun. Like, cause I went 2 weeks early before school started. So they were not very hands-on. And like, I said to them after, I'm like, you guys should have like a structured thing, like, put like a binder of like information and phone numbers and restaurants and stuff for people, because that's what like would happen to other teachers, like had never been there before and they're just like getting dropped off and had to navigate all this stuff on their own. So that is hard. If you have friends there already, like that's so good, because finding good friends is hard, and DR is like so social and so friendly, and people do things in groups all the time that like you kind of need a friend group to be involved in that stuff. So that really helped too. Like once I started dating Chris, which was like right when I moved there because I fell in love with him, I like made all these new friends right away. So that was a lot of fun. Like we went so many places together, and that made it a lot better, like meeting Dominicans. So I would recommend that. But do your research on your area too. I want to eat this. Definitely more research, the better. Sorry. Was the house built in Santiago? Which house? Chris's parents are building a house there. I can't wait to like record their process. Please make a video with Kara. How do you say your name? Is it Killian? I have done a video with Kara. If you look on my channel, I think it's titled like moving from like Honduras to Dominican Republic, or Honduras compared to Dominican Republic. It's like not a good title. I need to change it. I did an interview with her. She's so sweet. So yeah, if you search for it, if you can't find it, I'll send it to you. Camp David is my. I've never been to Camp David, Terry. Everyone always asks me about Camp David. Always, they're like, Santiago, have you been to Camp David? And I'm like, no, I haven't. I don't know why. Like, to me, it's a lot like I've seen pictures and stuff. It seems like it's like Hamaka de Dios on top of Jarabacoa, like in the mountains, or like is it like Corazon de Jesus? Something like it's on the way up the mountain in Jarabacoa. It's like a rib place, super good ribs, but really pretty view. Like I said before though, like Chris and I don't really go to like super expensive restaurants because like I don't know, like we went to Hamaka de Dios and like the food was okay, but it's mostly for the view. I just like don't like spending a lot of money on dinner personally, but then I have friends who go there all the time and then go to Saga and stuff, which is really expensive. I did get vaccinated. This chat disappears every time I put it up. Hi Mills, I love your channel. I'll be moving. Oh my gosh, can I read faster? Hi Mills, I love your channel. I'll be moving to Santiago in February 2022. That's gonna be here so soon. I plan on staying at an Airbnb for the first month or two until I find it. Okay. Can you message me on Instagram? My name on Instagram is Rebecca, Rebecca Mills, Mills, 3 S's. It's in the description of all my videos, so you can look there. But message me and I'll send you the name of the realtor that we use. That's Chris's cousin. Furnish is a little bit harder, but you can definitely find one. It's just like a little bit more expensive. Furniture there though is expensive. So if you do want to do Furnish, it will save, I feel like save some money on furniture. Otherwise you can look on Facebook Marketplace. I know it doesn't seem like a place like I would look for an apartment, but a lot of people post apartments there, and houses and stuff. You can also look on Mercado Libre and Corotos, COROTOS.com. And you can go to apartments, type in apartments, and then type in, there's like a furnished section, and you can type in like location and your budget and all of that. That being said, I keep saying that being said. I don't know if you guys ever go live or like talk a lot and then you're like, why do I say that phrase all the time? I keep saying that being said. So I'm sorry. I do acknowledge that. Not everyone posts apartments there in DR. So the best way is like word of mouth or like being there. So it's really good that you're going to be in an Airbnb for a month, because yes, it's stressful to find something to like to rent sometimes. If you're there and you're like, okay, I'm moving here and I don't have a place to stay, that's scary. And I probably wouldn't want to do that, but I do know that a lot of people who have done it, and once they have the Airbnb, it's so much easier to find something because you're on the ground and you're literally walking around and it will say like, there's so many signs that are like for rent, furnished, and a phone number. That's how Chris's parents found the apartment that they're in right now. Like literally we were just driving around and we saw a sign. So that's a good way to do it. Any tips on things to do before making a move to DR? Tell your bank you're moving so they know. You don't flag all your transactions. Figure out like what you're gonna do with their cards. Like, are you gonna use your credit card, debit card? Like, what are you gonna do? Don't go like with pesos. Like, don't transfer your money here. That's not necessary. Transfer it there always. Yeah, so I'd like change my address with the bank so they didn't flag it. I did so much research, guys. I cannot even tell you. And that's like one of the reasons why I started this channel, is because it was not easy to find a lot of things. So I was trying to help as much as I could because there's like DR1, but that forum is like, it's hard to find stuff there too. Figure out like how you're gonna get your bills paid. If you have bills here, can you pay them from there? Can you pay them online? That's definitely important to figure out. Can you like pause your car insurance if you have anything like that? Set up like BM Cargo is the one that I use. It will give you a PO box. Hello, how are you? Yeah, we'll give you a PO box for in Miami. Usually Miami. Ours is also in like it's in like Destin, I think, Florida. But anyway, it will be able so you can get packages to DR. So that's important. You can order things on Amazon even. So I do that sometimes. What else? Oh, prescriptions. So like if you have prescriptions, make sure you can get those in bulk. So I had some prescriptions that I asked like, okay, can I get like a 6-month supply? Like, how do I do this? If not, can you ship it there? I also got a lot of contacts because I wore contacts. My nemesis, I literally hate them. So I got a lot of contacts. I brought my own solution because they don't have the type that I use there. They don't have like, there's only like one type that I saw at most places. So I brought all of that. Yeah, figuring out like where you're gonna live and what you're gonna do for work. But I mean, it's not that hard. I like easier said than done, right? But you can do it. What are you talking about conspiracy theories? What's happening? Yeah, you're welcome, Miguel. Feel free to message me. And I can give you her number. I like refer people to her all the time. I feel like she would like that. I don't know. And she has like listings. She's really popular there in Santiago as a realtor. So she should know like all the ones that are available. So that's it. Sometimes though, I don't know. Like sometimes I feel like if you find like an Airbnb listing that's not like a super popular listing that clearly isn't like booming for an Airbnb like business, maybe even reaching out, because I have friends that will like go for 2 months and they'll reach out to the host and be like, hi, if I stay for a month or 2 months or 3 months, can I get a discount? And they'll get like a huge discount. Maybe you could even do that and be like, hi, can I like move in for 6 months and pay way cheaper? Because you know Airbnb adds so many taxes and fees and stuff, but there is something to be said for like someone finding a reliable tenant that like they don't have to like clean every week and have people coming in and out, but it'd be a smaller rate. But yeah, definitely message me on Instagram and then I'll like give you her number and she'll help. Because yeah, the Corotos is like there's like really, really cheap ones, I feel like, and then like really expensive ones. So that's hard. But Facebook Marketplace, you could try there too. I have friends who found theirs on Facebook Marketplace. When are you moving? February? You should message me because my friend might be moving then and she really likes her apartment and it's furnished. And it's a good area. Okay, my feet are starting to hurt. I've been standing for 14 hours. Cool. Anything else? Should I get Chris to come say hi? Chris. I really don't know if he's literally live streaming FIFA. He's never done it. So I wonder if he's like, I don't know. Do you make money? I don't know what you do. I made $20. Thank you, Danny. Chris. If you want a super chat, I'll take $1. I don't care. Oh, man. You guys should follow my TikTok. TikTok, I don't talk about DR stuff. I literally do videos of Mateo. So, it's Mills Beato. It's like cringy. Like very. And I do realize that. I am well aware. So that's, at least I know. But yeah, I'm gonna post more on YouTube. I do like the idea of going live with other people more. I don't know why I haven't done that in so long. So long. When I'm in DR, I go live with other people. I'm trying to do it with Chris's friends or our friends there, but people are really shy. They're like, I don't know what to talk about. Or like Carla, who I don't think is watching anymore, but Chris's sister. She's coming here for Mateo's birthday, the first week in December. And I'm like, I don't know, like I want to go live with her. Like she was here in September too. And I'm like, why can't I like go live with you? People would love that. She's Dominican. She moved from Santiago to New York. She lives in New York. I feel like it'd be really interesting to hear her perspective. And I wanted her to talk about dating as a Dominican woman. Like I want her to talk about what it's like to date a Dominican woman. Is it different than dating an American? Like, because I can't talk about that. I've talked about how it's different dating a Dominican man than an American man, but I'm not a Dominican woman. So I'm gonna try to get her to do it. She's like being shy. I'm like, why? You're so cute. I don't know. I think the first time is really, oh my gosh, thank you, Miguel. That's so nice of you. I really appreciate that. Please do message me on Instagram though, because I really want to send you the realtor's name. Thank you. That's nice of you. Yeah, I am planning to go back. I want to go back like soon. Chris is the one who like, I mean, and it makes more sense. Like he makes a lot more here than he does there. So that's definitely true. And he wants to like keep growing here because I think he can go really far as an engineer here. So it's kind of hard. I just wish he could do it like fully remote because I think he could. Yeah, I think it'd be a good conversation. Thank you, Kayla. I was just like wanting to be honest because I have guys ask me all the time, like about dating a Dominican woman, and I'm like, I can tell you like from the outside looking in and from what people have told me, but I can't tell you like as a Dominican woman, like, you know, obviously. I'll see if I can get her to do it or another topic, anything you guys are interested in. And I thought live would be easier for her because then like people are asking questions as we go. Vaccines prepare you for 2030. I don't get that. I don't get it. Like, because you'll live longer? I don't know. Chris. Yeah, I also like, I'm like, I haven't done a live with Chris in so long. But I feel like when I did, like they were pretty good. Like he acts like he never wants to do them and he's shy, but then when we're on, he like answers questions well. So I don't know. A live that we did that was really fun was a geography challenge. That was really fun. Because but like that's not the topic of my channel at all, but it was fun because you like see a random image from Google Maps and you have to guess like context clues, like where in the world you are. That was fun. He's really good at geography. Let me see how much longer he has. Chris. Two minutes left.
No, I didn't say that.
You said a couple of minutes. I still have all my food that I didn't eat. He's so funny. Now Facebook will entertain people with its new reality function. I did hear that they're changing their name. But I don't really know about all that. Okay. What else? My feet hurt. My neighbor, she lives behind me. She's like my age, I think. I don't know. Around my age. She asked if I want to join her soccer league because we were talking and I like mentioned that I used to play soccer and she's like, oh my gosh, me too. I play on Sundays. In like a women's league. And it's like full fields, 90 minutes. Some of the women are 50, but some are like 18. I just don't know. So, anyway, that's not interesting. But, like, I really like working out and stuff. But after having a baby and stuff, like, and being older, like, I keep saying I'm so old. And I know I'm not old, but it, like, your stamina and stuff and, like, metabolism, it is different. I do really want to play, but I'm like, I'm so competitive. But if you can't be competitive and then, like, not back it up. Like, how can you be competitive and then suck? That's my nightmare. Like, what if I play and I'm so bad? Anyway, I'll decide. What what about if you flip it and interview Chris on the differences? Like, ask Chris what it's like dating an American than a Dominican woman, or what it's like to date a Dominican man, like what he thinks is different, like being a Dominican and dating. Or like, I think that'd be interesting though, asking him how like I'm different than like any of his past relationships. He didn't have like too many past relationships. But I think it'd be interesting, like, how am I, or how is dating like an American? I don't think he's ever dated another American. But he has dated like a Dominican that was born and raised in the States, so maybe she acted a little bit more like an American. But it'd be an interesting conversation, like, how is it different? For sure, that would be interesting. Dating an American versus, yeah, we could do that. He's like shy. He really is shy. He doesn't like love doing videos with me. And I think part of the reason why is one, he's like, he can't picture that like people are there, which I get. I have friends like that too. I'm like, you need to like, you can't talk like super like you do in person. Like I act 100% on video like I do in person, but like you do have to be a little bit more animated. And you have to pretend that people are watching because they are going to watch when you put it up. He can't picture that like other people are gonna watch it. He just pictures us sitting in our room talking to ourselves, and he's like talking like, you know how he usually talks, but that comes across on video as him being like really monotone and stuff, and then people are like, he hates you. he's boring, or like he's bored of you, or he's gonna leave you, or he doesn't love you, or why is he even in the video? I'm like, dude, like I wouldn't want to do a video then either if people are saying those things. So he's not like the person that can like turn it on and be like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel, like, which is fine. Like not everyone's like that, and you don't need to be like that. But I think there's like people like, I don't know, unless you start sitting down and doing videos and then seeing how you come across, is like not everyone wants to do that. If you haven't given a thumbs up, if you can take 1 second and hit thumbs up, we're at 50, that's pretty good. But I will ask him to do another video with me. I have to like kind of convince him now. We used to do way more together, but we honestly, like when I say like we're busy, it's crazy that I even have this much time right now. Like I don't think I've had, the fact that I'm not sitting on my couch watching TikTok instead of talking is crazy. The fact that baby hasn't woken up yet. Like I'm always busy or like exhausted, and he works all the time. Like he'll stay up all night working. So that kind of sucks. Oh, thank you. I see 3 of you liked it. I appreciate it. But I definitely will plan one. And well, I guess it could be a recorded video too. Or would it be more interesting as a live so that people can ask questions? That's always my question. I'm like, should I do this as a live? Because then it's so long, so you don't know who will watch. But I guess we could do 2. We could do like 5 differences. It could be like a short video, and then we could do a live, because people always end up asking really good questions that I wouldn't think of unless people ask me to begin with. Sorry, I'm cracking my back. If you ask me all the questions before, I can ask him those. But yeah, I think there's a lot of misconceptions about like dating Dominican women too. Like some people are like, oh, they only want you for your money. I don't have that experience, but yeah, I don't know. I'll be selling my car before I leave, so I plan on getting around with Uber to Grandma's. You're in Santiago, right? Yeah, that's fine. I had a car in Santiago. My first year in Harbaco, I did not have a car. It was hard, kind of, to not have a car and have to take the guagua, which is like the public bus back and forth between Santiago and Harbaco to see him, and it's long. You have to transfer. When I moved to Santiago, or like right before I moved to Santiago, I bought a car, used, like super old. And I'm glad I had a car, but I don't think it's necessary looking back. Like looking back, I don't think I would get one. I don't think. I did really like it. I really like the convenience of having my own car, but driving there is really dangerous. I got towed once. I did a video about that too. I was so mad. Oh my gosh. And you know, gas is expensive. It's scary to drive there. So if you're not like a good driver, or if you're not comfortable with driving there, I wouldn't. You have to be like a really defensive driver, and Uber's completely fine. Like if you're not traveling out of Santiago a lot, then I don't think you need a car. sure, everyone thinks, like, everyone wants a car, it's easier. But without the curfew too, I think it's fine. Like, there's always an Uber. I've waited before, like, there's times like I wouldn't drive, but I would choose to take an Uber because it was easier, because of traffic and stuff. And it's cheap. It's like $2 per trip, so that's fine. That's not bad at all. There were times though that someone would like that I would have to wait like 10-15 minutes until they're there, and then like 2 minutes before they pick you up they cancel the ride, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like standing here waiting. Or you'll get in and they'll be like, can you pay me cash? And it can be annoying, but like it's not. And like me being alone as a woman, I never had any like issues with an Uber driver. Like the worst would be like them asking for my number, which whatever. Like it was never like a really uncomfortable or unsafe situation. Everyone was pretty good. I didn't like, I know you're not a woman, but I wouldn't like tell people where I lived exactly. Like I would put the address next door and get picked up next door. Or like I was in an apartment building, so I would never like tell them like which unit was mine. Just because like you never know. Like I know people who, Dominicans even, who like people found out like where they lived and then like they got robbed or whatever. So like I just like to be street smart, to like avoid any potential issue. Not that I think any would even happen. So yeah, but Uber's fine. Like my friends that live there right now don't have a car and they do Uber, and sure, it's like annoying sometimes, but it's fine. And it's really affordable. Like I was always surprised like how cheap certain trips would be. One, they have Uber Eats too. My favorite story is he was Dominican, but he lived in Santo Domingo, and he ordered pizza from like Pala Pizza or something, or Pizza Hut, I don't know. And he was like waiting for the food, and he like, you know, you can track it, and he saw the Uber driver like went to the restaurant. He confirmed that he like got the food. So he got the notification like, Uber driver picked up your food, it's on the way. So he was like excited. And the Uber driver like disappears, and he like cancels the order. So this guy like literally picked up his pizza and his breadsticks, and my friend was like, I went all out. Like I got like 4 things, picked it up, canceled the order, and went and ate his food. So like, yeah, that's hilarious. Like that, I don't know. I didn't tell it as well as he did, because when he told me I was crying tears. But stuff like that happens. It can be annoying, like Uber stuff, situations with them like saying that you need to pay them cash and stuff, but it's fine. Like I like Uber there because it's really cheap and it's pretty fast. But like if someone eats my pizza, I am calling the police. Or they would like, I don't even know, they would like forget the card and stuff. But you seem like such a nice person, Chris. Oh my gosh, that's so nice. Thank you. I try to be nice because like, well, I just am nice, but I also enjoy being nice because karma, I feel like, I don't know. I feel really like, I don't know. I'm very sensitive. So if I like if I hurt someone's feelings, I'll still think about it 15 years later. So I can't have that on my conscience. Is food expensive? Why am I not so cheap? Yes and no. You might have just joined, but I was talking a little bit about it before. If you're buying imported food like peanut butter or cereal from the US, or I don't know, bagels, like imported stuff, gluten-free food, then yeah, it's expensive, and it's more expensive than you would pay in the States. I actually did a video on grocery prices like 2 months ago. So if you look back at my videos, you'll see it. And I like covered basically everything in the store, I feel like. So that would be good to watch. But restaurants, like eating out can be expensive because you are getting an 18% like fee tax, which is normal. Like everyone gets it, it's just added on. So it can like add up like more than you think. But I would always go out to eat and be like, oh, this is cheap. But like, is it though? Like it might not be when you actually do all the math and, you know, leave the tip and stuff. And it just depends what restaurant you're going to. McDonald's is actually like expensive there. People don't think it is, but I think it is. Like I think it's the same prices as here. And if you're thinking about like relative to the income that people are making, like that's expensive. Delivery can be expensive because you're adding like all those like fees and whatever. pico pollo though, if you want to eat like locally and eat like local fruits and vegetables and like things that are produced there, and you get the plate of the day, plato del dia, or la bandera, like chicken, beans, and rice, then that's like 100 pesos, and that's $2. So you can definitely eat very cheaply. It just depends, like, do you cook for yourself a lot? Do you like to buy imported food? Do you like nice restaurants? Do you like fast food? Then it kind of depends. No, I haven't listened to that. I don't even know what that is. Do I? Yeah, like that's super cheap. And it's a good amount of food too. Like the plate of the day, it's like chicken, beans, and rice, or you can do like steak or pork, whatever. But it could last like for 2 meals if you don't eat it all. And some people will get like pico pollo, which is like fried chicken and fries or tostones, or you can get empanadas on the street. Like there's definitely cheap food. But living in Santiago, we spent a good amount of money eating out. And there are a lot of good restaurants there. I can name some of my favorites if you want. I have a video on that too, my favorite restaurants in Santiago, but there are a lot of good ones. And there's new ones too. When we went in the summer, I was kind of surprised. Like they keep building new restaurants, but closing some of the good ones too. My favorite is Naturaliste, which is like kind of like Thai food. Random question, do you watch The Family Chantel or 90 Day Fiance? Yeah, I not Family Chantel, but I've watched 90 Day Fiance and I've seen them. Pedro was Dominican. I don't like that. Actually, they messaged me to be on 90 Day Fiance and like interview for it, but I know I wouldn't get chosen because our story is like boring. Like we know each other. Like I lived there, and they don't want stories of like people who like have a solid relationship, sadly. Like they want more drama. I think Chantel and Pedro like made it up. Like I feel like no relationship could like survive that much drama. So I think all the drama, and I know like past it, like it's made up, but I think that they like purposely made up all these scenarios and stuff, which is like annoying because I it should be real. His family seems awful. Like his sister seems terrible. Like if that was my sister-in-law, I would cry. He's like dumb. Like he just doesn't seem like helpful or anything. She's annoying. No, I don't like it. It was like interesting to see them in DR, like in the colonial zone, and like that whole like they were out dancing and that girl started dancing with him and like drama. But like the setup of that scene of them, like the way the dancing happened, I'm like, actually like not how that would happen. They were like in a room all facing the camera. It's just, I don't know. But it was interesting to see. And also like, wasn't there something with like chicken feet where they like gave her family chicken feet and they refused to eat it and it was a huge thing? Like I've never gone to someone's house in DR and they've only given chicken feet. Like there was just a plate of chicken feet. So I'm like, that's probably fake. Yeah, I've seen it and it's like part of a meal. But it is very rude to deny food there. Like it's rude. Like if I like went over and like someone cooked for me and I knew that and it was like just for us and they did all this and I was like, no. Like that's rude. And that's how I ended up eating balls in DR because I couldn't say no. So yeah, I don't know. A lot of that feels fake. Yeah, she messaged me like a recruiter for the show. I didn't even interview or anything because I just knew. Like, first of all, Chris would be like, absolutely not. Second of all, like I said, I already lived there and like our stories are not, it's not interesting. Like we met in person, like no. But if they did like for whatever reason choose us, I know they would probably make me look insane. Like insane. I would look insane. Yeah. It's fine. But my friend actually did interview for it with her fiance, and they have like a more interesting story. Like they're younger and they like, not interesting, but like more of like the things that 90 Day Fiance likes. Like she was living in the States and he was living in DR, and they had only met a few times, whatever. And they interviewed her and did like a Zoom call, and they literally told her that she was too boring. So, okay. Like they want people who like, you know, want to be like influencers or well known or just like crazy. Like I'm too tired for that. I can't. Like if they were like, hey, we're gonna go to this restaurant and like you're gonna start a fight with his friend, I can't. I'm tired. Like I can't. It's not gonna work. I can't. The only thing that I'm jealous of, right? And then I want to talk about another couple, but sorry, the only thing that I am jealous of is that then they become influencers. And not that I want to be an influencer, but it would be nice to like just make all your money on Instagram and like have coupon codes and sell stuff. And like I do a little bit of that on here, but like not really. Like I would never tell someone I'm an influencer at all. Like that's so cringy. But like they have like, you know, 1 million followers, and yeah, I don't want to be recognized in public and stuff, but it's nice. Like that's an easy job. So that part is nice. Like the end result, like do 1 season and then like kind of have a following and then like stop. But Pedro and Chantel, like no. And now their whole family is like in on it. I forget all the details because I haven't watched in a long time. But there was another one. Do you guys remember the couple? Yeah, you can't. Like I know like if they presented me as me and Chris as Chris, and it was just our relationship and it was more like a documentary, like sure, maybe. But I know 90 Day Fiance and it's not like that. Like they would make me, I feel like they would like completely exploit my anxiety. They would like make me sound crazy. They would make him like, they would be like, yeah, this guy like doesn't like you. Or I just feel like they like make drama for no reason. That's sad. And sometimes that like making fake drama actually creates real drama. But there was another couple, Molly and another Dominican guy. What was his name? I forget. Molly was the one that lived in like Georgia or something, and she had daughters and stuff. And it was actually like creepy because isn't he the one that she had like teenage daughters and like he was like alone, like being creepy with them? Ugh, like weird. Like that's also weird. Like I don't like how fast these people like introduce and like move people in with kids. But the funniest part of that is like, first of all, there's a huge age gap. It's clear that he was like a Sanki, clearly. But she had like an owl statue in her bedroom. It was like nothing, like this, like a decoration. It was like an owl and like a candle or something, like just normal basic things that we would have here. And he like went off and said that she was a witch, and he didn't like brujeria and like she was a bruja, and like Luis, that's it, that he's like she was like practicing witchcraft because of this freaking owl. Like I was crying when I saw that because I'm like, oh my gosh, that is literally so funny. Like so funny. You don't think he was Sanki? Really? I thought he was, but I didn't watch the whole thing. Yeah, Pedro's mom is horrible. I thought he was a Sanki, but I don't know. There was also that girl, Ani, is that her name? That married that Robert, who has like 25 kids. What is that? Can you imagine like that? Because that's funny, because I could literally see Chris, like not to that level, but like I could see him saying something weird like that. Like the other day my friend was like, do you guys want to do hot yoga? And we've done hot yoga before. Tell me why Chris is like, I don't know how I feel about yoga, because I think like some of the stuff is like it's a mind. I'm like, You're fine. You're fine. You're fine. Oh my gosh, no, I have to show you guys this. Don't go. Okay, so please, this is how awkward I am, and this is why I can't be on freaking TV, because they'd be like following me around like, is this girl serious? We did a yard sale this weekend with my neighbors, and my other neighbor like ended up at the end like putting a box of stuff out for free. And I was looking at this box because I love free things after I talked to them all day, so that was weird. They came out because someone else was there like getting a table and he was gonna help. Because I was looking at the box and I was like, oh, why are you giving this stuff away? Like, you should sell it, whatever. I felt awkward, so I was like, I need to take something. Like, he's staring at me, I have to take something. Of all the things, I panicked and I took this. To me, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's like a China? Is that what it's called? I don't know. Anyway, whatever. A China doll. That sounds racist, but I don't. Whatever. Anyway, I picked up this, and I panicked because I wanted the pillow with dogs on it, but I felt like it'd be weird to take that pillow, so I took this instead. So not only did I take this, but then she followed me home and like brought me another one because she thought I really liked it. Because I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. Why are you selling this? So I bring it in the house and I showed Chris. So I was like cracking up. Like, this is funny. Like, why did I take this? I don't collect dolls. Like, I don't need a doll. I'm going to sell it. But like, I can't sell it because she's like on Facebook. She's going to see it. Anyway, he was like, you can't have that in the house. He was like, I don't know. He's like, we're gonna get possessed, like, to get it out of the house. Like, you have 2 minutes to get it out of the house. You trying to take her to the trash. I'm like, we can't put her in the trash because they're gonna see. Like, anyway. So that's just me being a mess, but I don't know. Maybe it's a good brand though, and it's like glass. China doll, right? Why does that sound so weird to say? I don't know. Maybe I'll sell it. Like, but he was like, and that's why I was like, okay, that reminded me of Luis. Okay, also, yes, Kara, I think, said, like, did I see Robert and Ani? I did, and, like, at first, I was like, okay, she's a choppy. Like, she's using him 100%. And also, like, I mean, I think, not that they were using each other, but people have, like, needs or whatever that they both want met. So they met, he went on a cruise. It stopped in Santo Domingo, I think. And he met her like one day there. Cause I think they met online, like on an app. And then they met in person for one day and he proposed after one day. I think that's what it was. And then she ends up moving there and she's like taking care of his son and he has like 5 other kids or something crazy with all these different women. And I don't even know. But at first I really didn't like her because I thought she was like mean. Like she would like go see an apartment or something. I don't know. She would like see stuff and be like, I don't like this. I don't like that. This is ugly. But I really think he like sold himself as like, I think he made all these like fake promises to her, like having money and like she was going to live like this, not like that. And then like that's not what happened. So I think like she was misled. So that's not cool. And then he seems like a mess. So that's not cool either. But she, I think, took really good care of his son, so that's nice. And now she has a baby, right? Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, how do people get approved in those instances? Like, I don't get how your K1's approved. And it's actually offensive, I think, for like people who have real relationships and have all this proof and all this like history and all whatever that they need for the visa, and then they get denied. And then like I've heard cases of someone like being on a flight, meeting a flight attendant who's from another country and doing the K1 visa, and they met one time in person and it goes through. I'm like, that's just not fair. Like, I don't like that. She has 2. Dang, I didn't know that. I really haven't watched that in so long. We came back stronger 14 years and counting. Did I miss that? Came back what? Yeah, I feel like the way she described him was a Sunky. And, like, he was, like, weird with her teenage daughter for a set, I think. I didn't know she was 2. Dang, that was fast. But he also is, I guess men can't be fertile, but he has a lot of kids. The K one is disrespectful to you in general, or just that case? What is he doing? Hopefully not in general, because I definitely did the K1 visa. I feel like it's a really hard process, though, for a lot of people. Ben? My family went through so much while we were separated. See, I think I missed your comment about what was bad about I saw 14 years, but I think I missed the context on it. Can you check on him? Oh, Chris has 2 phones over here. Oh, I did. I saw you say the 14 years, but I'm scrolling up. I don't see what you said before that. Can you check him? Did it not get deleted? I only see where you said we came back 14 years stronger. Okay. Can you check him and then come say hi? Betsy? Yeah, I just don't think it's like a fair process. Like, going through it myself, I was like, it's so subjective at every time, like every instance. It's not fair. Like, it's all up to like who you get too at the interview. Like, they pretty much already know if you're going to be denied or not, but if you come in person, like in DR, you can go with, why can't I talk, with your fiance, which I did. But some of my friends did that and they got like interrogated. Like, they went through all their proof. They didn't even open my binder. And they like would ask the guy like, oh, she has a bunch of different hair colors. Which one do you like more? And like, why do you like, just dumb questions. And ours was like very like, the interview was easy. You're a mess. So yeah, I don't know. That part is really hard, I think, for a lot of people. But yeah, 90 Day Fiance is a mess. A mess. I met someone on Clubhouse. I don't know if you guys know Clubhouse, but it's like an app, whatever. And she was talking in a room and she was saying she was going to be on the next season of 90 Day Fiance. And I was like, I feel bad for you. Because, I mean, it's exciting. Like I said, there's pros for sure, like, of what you get after. But
what do you get after?
I was talking about, like, the only reason I would want to do it is, like, to get a following to make money online and then not. That's it.
But they don't get followers.
Yeah, they do. They all have, like, a lot of followers. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
That Dominican kid has followers.
What Dominican kid? Pedro? Probably. Pedro probably has so many because he has, like, 2 spin-off shows now, which I don't know how they have that, but Chantel does. I mean, she's pretty, so that helps, but, like, Larissa has followers. I'm sure Colt has followers. What's his name? The little short one. Ed or something? He had, like, a People feature. I'm like, this is, like, a fake reality show. I don't know why we're doing this. Can you check him? Me and supposed to. I don't know that waiver though. I don't think we had to do that specifically. And also, they change the process so often. It's like, how many boxes do you have? It's hard to stay up to date. It's a lot of pressure to put in. Yeah.
Return all these things.
Me?
Yeah.
No. I think too, like, even if it's a good relationship and it's normal and you are not a Sanki, like, you're not using the other person to move out of your country, or you're not, like, going with someone who you think has money or whatever, like, situation it is. Like, so let's say it's like a really stable relationship, you've known each other for a long time, and whatever, like, I still think it's too much pressure. Like, putting any relationship under, like, a spotlight, no. And also, like, even if they aren't making up fake situations, they can put stuff out of order and make you look crazy, and they're filming all the time. Like, my face when I'm not smiling, I look so mad all the time, and I'm not. Oh, okay, I know what you're talking about. Did that work? I didn't even know that they, like, specifically had that you could use with K1. That whole process, I can't. It's such a long process. For no reason. Like, it does not need to be. The K1 visa does not need to be like that. Or the CR1 either. But it's good in some situations. Like, for some people, yes, it should be. But other people, like, if they've proven things, then no. So, yeah, I don't know. That's frustrating. I still haven't finished my dinner, so. Chris is checking on it. My floors are literally so hard that it's hurting to stand. If you're not subbed and you're watching, make sure you are subbed. That would be great. I should have more subs than I do. Like, not saying, like, I deserve more. Like, from an analytical standpoint of, like, how long, whatever, I've done this. Me and my husband have been married for 5 years and had 5 kids together. Oh, my gosh. What? Wow. That's crazy. I'm sorry. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, we clearly have evidence here. I can't. My friend got denied for no reason. She got denied because they thought it was a CR1 visa and he went alone and it was K1. That's really bad. I'm sorry. That must have been so bad. Is he good? No one can see you. I feel like women like us need to speak more about them. Yeah, I've done a number of videos on K1 visa. I actually wanted to do an updated one. I've done green card and, like, our whole process. And I say that too. And, like, all my friends will say, like, I had no idea you had to do all that to, like, be in the States or, like, to move here. And I'm like, yeah, there's a whole long process. Even me living there didn't speed it up, or me, you know, like, you can't, like, skip the line. Thank goodness he's here now. That's a blessing. But it sounds like you didn't need to go through all of that. But yeah, I would. I can interview you if you want. It's just crazy, some of these people's situations with K1 or CR1 or any visa. Special guest. That's it. No, we're doing a live video. We all planned it while you were playing.
What?
A video about how it's different as a Dominican man dating a Dominican woman versus an American.
No, I don't know what you're saying.
Yes, you do know what I'm saying.
Say it again.
Why are you so shy? A video, a live, where you're talking about what it's like dating me, like your experience, like how is it different dating an American versus a Dominican? Like, well, people said it's a good idea, so it's not just me.
Okay.
Yeah, he said okay. There we go. Ben? You can, like, say hi until I go for a sec.
I already said hi.
We spent thousands of dollars on lawyers, not to mention that. Yeah, I know, like, the kids, like, what? Tourist visas are hard to get, and they're still merged. The tourist visa, they literally just shut it down. Like, clock. I don't know what that means. Yeah, they, like, shut the tourist visas down, and, like, I literally have known people who have like, to get a tourist visa now it's like even harder, but you need strong ties to the DR, so they don't want you to get a visa and then think they're going to stay in the States illegally, for example. And some people like literally have so much proof as to why they will return to the DR. They have kids, or they have a job and car and a house and anything and everything that you would be like, okay, they're gonna come back, and they would get denied. And then someone who has like nothing, which I don't like it being like tied to material possessions, but they'll get approved. Like it's so subjective. I just don't get it. This one girl who lived in Harbacoa got a scholarship to do like a summer program in the States. That would have been so good, like for her major or something. And she had like organizations right in favor, and people from the States, people from DR. She had so many letters of support, like so much additional information than like what was just required. She got denied once and then went back and was denied again. And like, what?
You deposit the check.
No, not yet. Why? In the car? Why? So anyway, like it's just so subjective and it's hard. I mean, I don't know. It's sad. Like you're like can get all the additional information you need, and then it's just up to what someone wants to say at that moment. It's stupid. Me and my tourist visa, well, that would be good. My sister is denied even being a doctor, owning an apartment, and a car. Yeah, like what? It's so subjective. I know so many people denied. The flavor in the Caribbean dancing bachata salsa merengue. Yeah, I like to dance bachata. Salsa is way too hard for me. I'm going to Santiago Friday with my husband, and we're doing the CR one. Oh, okay. Good luck. That's great. I'm sure you'll be fine. I have had friends that have done both. CR1, K1. As long as you have all your paperwork together, because you wouldn't want to get there and like miss one thing. But it's just this long, stressful process. So when it's over, it's great. But yeah, it's definitely hard. She's oh, that's good. It's good that you can try again, but it's like, you know, also you have to think about like people who don't live in the capital have to get transportation there, stay there, like all these things. It's like, you know, it's not just nothing to like go to the embassy. You have to get an appointment. Sometimes that is long way in advance. So yeah, that's smart. You should. I always say to my like people I know that are asking me, should I go to the interview or not? I'm like, if you can, yes. Other countries don't let the fiance or the petitioner go to the interview. So I think it's a benefit if you can. Why not? I feel like if you got the money and the proof of the money, maybe. They didn't ask me for any financial information. I think like until the next step, like we had the visa approved, and then you come, and then you need to send like all your finances, all my tax returns, my bank account, everything. So that part, yes, they do look at, but during the interview they didn't. I also think they decide before the interview, and unless they see like a big red flag there, or they were not going to approve you and you really like to like show your case strongly, then you can get approved there. But I feel like they already know. They had like a huge packet of our information. For the K1 I went, yeah.
¿Qué le pasa? ¿Qué le digo? ¿Qué te quiere decir?
I don't know. Do you want to say anything? Sure. What do you want to talk about?
The weather.
The weather. Like what? Oh, San Pedro. I like San Pedro. I had fun when I went there. I went to my first baseball game there. It's fun. Way different vibe than Santiago and Harbacoa, I think, but I really liked it. It's so hot. That's the only thing. It's so hot there. Yeah. Chris, people were asking where we're gonna buy land in DR.
Same. Is probably like somewhere that's not that popular.
Like North Coast, that's what I said.
And near the water. Oh.
Yeah, we're not buying land in Santiago.
Yeah, we can do like Rio San Juan or something like that. Like Cabrera.
Cabrera, that's cute.
There's a lot of land there. It's not that. It's popular, but it's not as popular.
Is it cheaper than Samana?
Probably, yeah.
Las Serenas, the land is like millions literally already. If you're like right on the beach, but it's so popular now, so it's sad. Las Galeras, you could probably. So you didn't have to show any financial info before you guys got. So for K1, first you send a packet of your information. In that packet, I included the forms that you didn't need at that stage yet. It's for the AOS, so like after you're in the States, after you're married, and you send your second part. But I just included it. So I did include some of my financial stuff. But it's not like required for the DR. Other places do, so it's kind of weird. And it's always confusing. But I always recommend people, when they go to the interview, they have their binder with all their photos and all of that stuff. And then also like plane tickets and reservations and your letters, everything you sent in your application. So we sent like letters of intent. So basically saying like, our intent is like to get married within 90 days, blah, blah, short like background of our relationship. We had letters of support. So like my mom, my best friend, his sister, whatever. All of like the evidence that we sent, I like made copies and brought it with me just in case they didn't have anything or asked for it or whatever. And then like supplemental information. That's where it's like, I put my tax returns, my bank account. I had everything like ready. They just didn't ask for anything at the interview. I have had friends that have gotten financial questions, and maybe that's because something in their application raised a red flag financially, or maybe that interviewer just decided to ask them about finances. Who knows? For me, they didn't ask anything financially. They did ask what I did for work because I was living in DR during our interview. So they were like, they asked like 6 questions, like how you met, when you met, what are your plans for like the wedding, like where are you getting married, who's going. They asked me like why I moved to DR. Like I asked, they wanted to know like was it for him or was it for a job. I was like, well, for teaching and then working remotely. So I don't know why they didn't ask finance, but they didn't ask to see any of our pictures. They didn't ask to see our binder. But at the interview, you do need to turn in like 2 pictures of him, like passport, official photos. Your police record, which is just like a statement of saying if you have a record there, it's like an official thing. Your medical, which you have to go and get your medical appointment and get your vaccines, and he had like an x-ray and gave blood, all that stuff. That you can't open, so that, and then, what was the other thing, Chris? That they definitely collected at the interview?
Criminal record.
I said that. Yeah, so you do need those. If I didn't, and then like your appointment page printed out, which is dumb. I printed the wrong page, like it was like the front page, and they almost didn't let us go. Even though they like saw us on the screen that we had the appointment then, and it said on the paper, it just like wasn't the, I don't know, whatever, right page. But you need to hand in that stuff. So yeah, but they didn't ask for any of my extra information. But I brought it all, and I'm glad I brought it just in case. Like they've been in like, I've had friends who have been like interrogated and like had to show all their stuff. And then when we did the green card interview here in the States, they did ask to see the pictures and like our binder. So I guess it just depends like who you have. That was long, sorry. We're a little nervous. We're trying to get everything together so we're married. Well, if you have any questions, feel free to message me on Instagram. I didn't do CR1, I did K1, but yeah, more proof the better. You know, you can never hurts to bring extra and they don't look at it. That's okay. So you didn't, me and my husband took a road trip to Miche. We wanted to go on, oh my gosh, I literally cannot read. We went to Samana, but our moto suspension broke. Oh my gosh, that sounds really scary. I hope you're okay. Why not buy in Santiago? Why don't you buy in Santiago?
Because we already have land and things.
Well, he doesn't know. He can't hear you. This is why I can't go live with you.
We already have land in Santiago.
No, your parents do.
It's everyone's.
I guess that means it's ours. When are they gonna start building?
Soon.
I don't know.
Still, planning.
I want to record it.
Record what?
The process.
Well, yeah, we need your input too, because we're all building it.
No one's asked me for my input yet.
Well, you need to give it. No one asking for mine too either.
So I'll just write in our group chat oh, by the way, can you add a bathroom that's northwest facing?
When we get the plans, we can add and remove stuff. Yeah.
When are we getting the plans?
Pierre's working on that.
Okay, so his friend is an architect, and I guess he's working on the house plans already for his parents' house, which is also our house. It sounds very spoiled. But is it gonna be 2 floors? Mm-hmm. Oh wow. I don't want to buy land in Santiago, to answer your question, because I want to be near the beach. I'm if we live in DR, I want to be on the beach next time. So that's the only reason, honestly. And since we'll have land, I guess, a place to stay in Santiago, we wouldn't need another one. Santiago can definitely be expensive. I'm from San Pedro. I have a piece of land near Ramon Santana. I don't think I've been there. Have I?
Where?
Ramon Santana. Chris doesn't even know. Okay, I did the video with Emma, and she lives in Guaymate. And I was like, Chris, I'm doing whatever. I told him, and he was like, that's not a place. And I'm like, how are you going to tell someone who lives in a city and just telling you the name of the city that it doesn't exist? And he's like, I know every single town in DR. I'm like, well, clearly not. I can't, because it is a place.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. You were insisting. You were like, Guaymate doesn't exist.
Because I thought they were misspelling there or something.
But you don't know it because you've never been there. I can't. My mother-in-law has a farm we're working on. Oh, that's cool. Farms are nice. That's so peaceful. Have I been anywhere in Santiago good for shopping? Groceries or the mall, clothes? No. I don't really buy clothes in DR because they're expensive and not great quality. And a lot of them are imported anyway, so it's I'll just get them myself. There's a couple malls that have okay stores in Santiago. There's some boutiques that are cute. Are there any cute stores for shopping in Santiago? I don't know. Mm-hmm. The mall.
Just for men.
Yeah, just for men. That's the men's store. It's okay. But groceries and things, yeah. Casa, what is it called? Casa Cuesta?
That's for home.
That's home stuff. It's expensive though. But yeah, clothes are not great in Santiago. There are a lot of boutiques, but it's either the clothes are so, maybe you have a different style, but I'm not gonna wear a gown to dinner. I like dressing up, but not a prom dress. So a lot of them will be dresses and very formal, or heels. I know. There is one good shoe store under the gym in Los Jardines. And there's like stores that are like fine boutiques in the malls, but I just don't think like the clothes are like worth it for the price. I don't know. Santo Domingo has more options. They have like, I think they have like Forever 21, but it's also expensive. So like for that price that you're gonna pay there, you could order it online, I think. And that's usually what I would do. Or I would take his sister's clothes. Where is Ramon Santana? Am I stupid? I don't think there's been like places that I have been and I can't remember the name. So I've been through a lot of places and through a lot of towns and cities, but we haven't like stopped and spent the night everywhere. What about shipping? I would do BM Cargo. We have that. Well, Chris had it set up for me already. Not me, but for him, and I used it. It's basically like, do you want to explain BM Cargo?
It's a courier.
A courier. I can't. No, explain it to her because she doesn't know what that is.
It's like a locker that you set up here in the States, usually in Florida.
Like a P.O. box.
Yeah, to like ship your stuff that you buy on the internet there, and then they'll fly it to you to the DR, and then when it's ready, you're gonna get a notification, and you can like go pick it up at a location in your town, like near your town.
Unfortunately, there's no shipping. No, there's no like mail service in DR.
You can.
Kara, love you. Let's do a collaboration soon. Thanks for joining.
Who's Kara?
You know Kara. She teaches in Santo Domingo. We did the collab. I showed him your Spanish the other day, and I was like, oh my gosh, her Spanish is so good. And he agreed. What was I gonna say? So there's no mail service in DR, that is also something that makes paperwork hard, like visa and stuff hard. We're like, how do we read and write the address? A lot of people don't even have an address like normal, like what we would expect in the US. So literally I filed my taxes and I had to, because I was working remotely, blah, blah, I had to file them in the States. And my address on my tax return is Casa del Lado, what was it? Casa del Lado a Bomba, something. House next to the gas station. On my official US tax return. I'm like, okay, cool. And I asked my landlord and I was like, what's my address? And he was like, oh, house next to the gas station. Okay, cool. They'll literally give you directions like, okay, when you see the chicken, turn left, and then there'll be like one red sign, turn right, and then you'll see, I can't, it's so funny, but they won't deliver packages to your house. Yeah, I was like, okay, they're gonna like think I'm a criminal. They will be at a location. So there's like several BM Cargo stores. You'll get a text and then you like go pick it up. And it was super easy. Like once you're there, you give your name, they'll go find your package, and then you pay per weight. So that can kind of get expensive depending what you're buying. I would buy a box of clothes, and then I never did this like too often, but I would buy clothes and then go to BM Cargo, pick it up, and then you pay $4 a pound. Yeah, 200 pesos per pound. 200 pesos or $4 per pound. So it was never that expensive. Like my mom had to send me like pills a couple times, or like a book, whatever. Or I got sneakers, a few clothes. That it was not that expensive because it's not super heavy. But you do have to make sure you're not sending something that's over $200, because if it's over $200, you get like an additional fee on it. So something would be, if you're gonna spend like $300 on clothes, to order like 2 orders so it's separate, basically. It took like a week to 2 extra weeks once you order it. So let's say like I order something on Amazon, and you would always input your address given to you by BM Cargo, which is, ours was in like Destin or something. You would put that address in, and you know, Amazon's so fast, you get it in like 3 days to your address in Florida, and then you're like, shoot, I have to wait another week or 2 until it's in BM Cargo. So it's kind of sad. Hope you can enjoy your country very soon. Have a good time with your family. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. 1 week. Oh my gosh, I'm jealous, Kayla. That's so fun. So no, I know I miss it too. Or you can send to like Jumbo. They have like lockers. It's also a very beautiful place. Oh, I love those views of like just when you're in the middle, basically of nowhere, just the mountains. So pretty. Trees and all that. So yeah, shipping can be kind of annoying, but it's not impossible. Like, I feel like some people think like, oh, I'm never going to be able to get mail. Like, you can. You just need to set up a P.O. box or have a friend that has one and lets you use it and then just go pick it up. But we've gotten a lot of stuff shipped there, and it was fine. 5 days. Oh my gosh. It sounds like everyone's going at the same time, so I guess I should go too. That's awesome. I'm jealous. But yeah, like, I really want to go to Las Terrenas next time because we didn't have time last time. And I need to finish putting up all my vlogs from our trip. I'll put up like the road tours. I don't think a lot of people like love those as much because you have to have like patience and just want to like see the views, but I like those. Like, you'll sit and like kind of watch the scenery for street tours, and then I have like or driving tours. I have the airport, getting the COVID test, some new restaurants in Santiago, the resort in Punta Cana we went to. I took a lot of videos there that I haven't put up yet because editing, I hate editing. It's so hard. But I'll put up it. And Mateo looks so young in the video. It's like people are gonna be confused, but the resort was super nice, so I'll put up some more videos of that. The Grand Palladium.
Oh, that was cool.
Oh, hey, look at you. That's awesome. Congrats. That's a nice long trip. Have so much fun. See, work from home remote. That's what you need to do. I'm in Santo Domingo. Hey, hey. That's so fun. Santo Domingo. There's some good restaurants there. Blue Mall, that's where you need to go if you want to go shopping. I just think it's so expensive. Okay, if you're on and you haven't given me a thumbs up yet, if you can take a second to like it. I don't know why, but apparently YouTube really, really likes that. Any engagement, I guess. I don't know. Or if you want to send a super chat, that's fine. My feet hurt so bad. This floor is insane. Or maybe it's working out. But anyway, Chris and I never get to hang out alone because he's always working or the baby's up. So we're probably gonna go to bed, honestly. We're so fun, but I want to like talk with him a little bit too. So thank you guys so much for coming. I wasn't gonna do, as you guys know, I didn't advertise this at all as usual, but I wasn't even gonna go live, so I'm glad some of you were able to stop by and hang out. That was fun. If you're not subbed yet, if you can, I would really appreciate that. I'm really trying to get to food trucks. Yeah, they have a lot in Santiago too. Food trucks are so good. Oh my gosh, there's this Venezuelan one I love. I'm trying to get to 11,000 at least. I want 20,000. But I won't get ahead of myself. I don't want to be greedy. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you just want to send the video to like your mom or dad and have them sub. No, that's like basically sub for sub, which I don't like to do. But if you know anyone who would be interested, feel free to send my videos. I know there's always so many places to go. It's kind of overwhelming. I'm like, oh, look what Danny said.
Can't read.
The Agulus lost.
And?
He's not super. Chris is fake fan. He's not super. He doesn't follow them. He like doesn't know what's going on ever. He's really into soccer. I actually I've never been to an Aguilas game in Santiago. I suck. I've only been in San Pedro to a game. But good night, Danny. Thank you so much again.
Who's that?
Thank you, Kayla. We should do a collab. Have fun. Have a safe trip if I don't talk to you. Thank you everyone who came. If you're not following Instagram, I post more there. So I'll try to post like next time I'm going live. I'll try to do a story and say that I'm going live. Not that you'll see all the time. Love you too. Thank you. Have a great night. Thank you so much. But it's Rebecca Mills with 3 S's. It's in the description of my videos if you can't find it. it will be like a link and you guys can follow me there and see some stories and see Mateo. That's where I post. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you for sharing your story too. Thank you, BJ. Have a great night, everyone. I'll post another vlog this week, I promise. And thank you, Chino. Message me if you have more questions. I'll be happy to help. So yeah, I'll have a new video coming this week, and any requests, as usual, just comment them wherever you want or message me. All right. Happy Saturday, guys. Good night.